Well, let's see how much more I can screw this up. We were sizzling bacon here. Let's get back to it. There. Guess there's no way to do this without me stopping it. And nope, that won't work either. Let's do this. Sorry, folks. Just getting stuff underway here.
Yeah.
We can talk during it if we need to, I guess. Trying to add whiskey here and it's not popping in. There he is.
Okay.
There he is. Sorry, folks.
Fear not. Fear not. We're all safe.
Red shaking.
Fred.
Yeah, dude. Elvis stole that.
What a crowd. What a crowd.
We made it.
Woo!
Morning,
Thanks for
everybody.
coming, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Dude, Benny Hill's the best, baby. Jesus.
Hey, folks, come on in. We see you out there. It's time for the
Hey.
bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Just ran out of coffee.
Yeah, dude.
Timed
That's
out
your
well.
fault. Hail. Yeah, there we go. Hail to all, Shism says. Shism's been here since earlier. Since the chat's gone, a reset, but I'm still here.
Okay.
And Shism, we appreciate you. Hope Ronan has a good start on his coffee and a pleasant day at work with everyone else on this panel. Yeah.
This the Schism dude has been here since 3 something a.m.
Wow.
Schism.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3
Dedication.
a.m. Monday
Yeah,
morning.
LOL.
That was dedication.
We do appreciate you, Schism. Thought I'd slip in before I left the house to be first. Whoops. Sorry, Ronan.
Apparently not.
Damn, 2 hours early and still third.
Yeah, dude. People really take that first seriously, man.
Schism's had a
It's like-
comment that was erased from Monday. LOL.
There you go.
Morning, Hail Chat. Running late. We're all running late. Glad
Yeah.
you're here, though, folks. Good morning, a Ground Zero. Good morning. Good morning, Ground Zero. Creators, outlets. Hail Nerds.
Hail.
Russ in the
What's up,
house.
dude?
Comic book black belt. Good day, all.
It was.
Just call me insane. Hail Nerd Bacon.
Hmm.
Good morning, everyone. Mad
Mr.
Ruth,
Mad Ruth.
in the house. Mad Ruth. Good morning, Randy. Hello. How you doing? Just call me insane. Hail Nerds. Today is a good day to have a good
Yes,
day.
It is.
Yes.
Indeed.
It's a good day to have a good day. What's up, fellas? Glad you're here,
What's up,
Hojo.
Hojo?
Mad Ruth is making bacon along with the rest of us.
Mhm.
Best intro ever.
Yeah.
Thanks.
There you go, man.
I mean, you have to
Nice.
get kudos when they're deserved. And today, dude, it's just.
Yeah, it got to be about 3 minutes before go time, and I'm like, where's the sizzling bacon?
Yeah, exactly. But dude, it's just like watching you scramble. It's just like renewed
awesome.
my love for life.
Do we need to take away Randy's car keys today? Probably. Yes. Hojo, my car keys are the wife's got the car this
Yeah, there
morning
you
so
go.
that I can bacon all I need to this morning.
Mhm.
Whiskey says it really was. So it's a common nerd. Good to see you, brother.
Hmm.
Agent Zero, Rusty Randy.
That's not
Rusty,
fair.
So smooth, always so smooth.
Yeah.
Great success. What the hell is going on? Am I having a stroke? Welcome to Comics by Night. You're late, Russ. Where are you? Come on.
Yeah, you should never overrule that, Russ. Like, you
Just
should
do it.
always be
I'm-
having a stroke. Just,
I'm taking that sizzling bacon
Mhm.
clip and running it first thing tomorrow morning.
Mm.
While we're waiting, sign up for the mythicals. Yeah. Hashtag
The
always be
Mythicals
promoting.
too, baby.
Yeah.
Hojo
Ooh,
is the guy who
mythicals.
delivers.
Yeah. Always good. Dance faster, Pedro.
Okay, you have to
Hojo
follow
says-
the rhythm. As a musician, Hojo, I thought you would understand that there's a rhythm to things, so you follow it. If I dance faster, then I look goofy.
Smash that like button, folks. Just like
Yeah.
Just Call Me Insane says. That was
Yeah.
fun. Luke says. Morning, Nerd Bacon crew in the chat. Good morning,
Yeah.
everybody.
Morning.
Red dress press
Hey,
in the house. Chris, you're
Chris!
early. Hail, everyone.
Hmm.
Hail, Chris. Hope you're doing well. That's the chat. So, hey,
Mhm.
thanks for popping in, everybody. It's time for the bacon. So,
Yeah, let's get the cooking.
Mm-mm.
I'm your host today. Luke's on the road, I'm sure you've already figured that out. So,
Yeah.
here we are. Here we
It's a
are.
Lukeless day.
Luke's heading to Florida for a show. So,
Hmm.
that's this. Button smashed. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Consider that button smashed.
Yeah,
Hey,
there you
sugar.
go.
Everybody here.
So
In the house.
No one's gonna tell
Chris.
Luke though that this was the best.
it's not a
one.
McDonald's,
Chris
sir.
said, oh, Luke's been
Have
watching
some
this whole time.
I
Does
I know.
Pedro have a McDonald's shirt on?
No,
sir.
McDowell's,
It's a
McDowell's.
McDowell's.
It's not the Golden Arches.
The real deal.
The Golden Arches.
He got a
They have
second
the
job.
Big Mac.
Get a second
We have
job.
the Big
sir.
Mac.
Hey, Pedro, I just felt like the intro was at 1.5 speed. Could be hungover. You're hungover, Hojo.
Yeah.
I hope that isn't a McDonald's shirt.
Hmm.
Glenn is not a fan.
No, it's not. I'm a big fan of Coming to America, the first one. So
Glenn's
First
in the
one.
house. Iron Age guy is in the house. We're
Everybody.
glad
actually,
you're
I
all
want to get
here.
another shirt that says like before Wakanda there was the Munda, but I haven't found it in good quality. So yeah.
That's true, though.
All the buttons seem to be moving slow today for some reason.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah, it's a slow day.
it's a slow day.
It's early, man. It's an early stream.
Yeah.
Gotta work the kinks out.
Let's get cracking. What has happened? Don't let me tell you guys about my week because it's not.
Did you have a week, Pedro? How was your week?
Too late. We want to know now.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
I'm having my normal day.
You
Hey,
set it up.
my-
You're gonna have to go through with it now.
Okay. So my front door neighbor has like around 10 dogs, and he doesn't really take care of them, so they're mangy. And I saw one of them. I'm taking like my morning walk, and he's having his way with an empty coconut. But dude, he's going to town, baby. Like it's like wow. And after a while, like I'm like I guess I was a little voyeuristic. I'm staring because that's not something you see every day. And I kind of got jealous of the dog. He was really happy, you know. Like I've never been that happy as a dog having its way with a coconut.
Speaking of coconuts, here's the common nerd.
Hey, what's up? Very
How'd
nice
you-
of you, sir.
How'd you know? Oh no, I think my camera just froze. What a great
Mhm.
sign of it too.
It's probably our
Um,
StreamYard. We've been full of all sorts of glitches this
Yeah.
morning already.
Well, I noticed the same thing last night during my stream. I was having a lot of issues that like I'd have to go out and come back in to get anything
Yeah.
to work right. Yeah, it's been really, really, really strange. So we'll get it all figured out one way or another. That's streaming for you. Anything that can go wrong will, we
Yeah.
promise you.
I hear you.
Yeah.
The Murphy's Law of streaming.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
I think it's Murphy's Law of the world, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Try living by Murphy's Law in Spanish. It's worse.
Oh,
Just get a couple
shito.
coconuts and string them together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm.
Welcome in, common nerd. How you doing?
Yeah, not a
Hey.
problem. Oh, yeah. Talk about an early show. This show starts an hour before I'm normally awake.
wow.
So yeah, and Wednesday nights are rough too because I've got like the entire. I've got my own show on Wednesday night, and then I've got another show that I produce for that doesn't start until 10 o'clock my time and normally goes till 2 or 3, depending on how crazy and wild everybody gets. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm on about 4.5 hours of sleep and a really nice sativa. So we should be all right. We're gonna get
that's-
through this.
All right.
And yeah, I even found an article to talk about too. If you guys haven't already talked about it, but it did come out this week. But everybody's been kind of having
in
fun
other
about
words,
it the last couple of weeks.
It's
In
not
other
about
words,
the
it's a
articles.
typical
It's about
Thursday.
the exchange of ideas. So
That's right.
Oh,
Were we supposed to bring something? I didn't do any homework.
No, you're
No,
only supposed
no,
to
I
bring a
just-
hat. You're supposed to have a hat.
oh,
Dang.
what the hell? Come on, Atlas.
That's why
What are you
Whiskey's
doing?
not on camera. He hasn't bought a hat yet.
Oh, dang.
No,
Oh,
but he
Yeah.
does have a
oh,
helmet on in his avatar, though. So
Yeah,
I
That's
think
only when he
that
rides a
counts.
bike. Yeah.
yeah, but he's wearing that helmet.
Sorry.
He's wearing that helmet in shame, and it's not for a cool reason.
The cone of
It's
shame.
because I have a nose like Baron von Munchausen.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Cone of shame.
Of course.
Cone of shame's even better. Yes, absolutely.
Welcome to the Bacon, everybody. We're here to talk comics and talk all stuff nerdy and things. I got a few articles that Luke recommended. Luke's on his way to St. Augustine for a convention. So
Speaking about nerdy,
wish him well.
the second the common nerd came on here, I thought it was just about to play with a jazz band.
Well, yeah, he has.
I actually was in the jazz band. I played a baritone saxophone. So
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Nice.
laugh all you want. It's
Mhm.
legit.
No, dude, it's not a matter of laughing. Like
See, I nailed it.
that choice of hat, like a bowler hat, that's called a bowler hat, right?
It's
Bowler
derby,
hat, yeah.
probably. Isn't
Bowler
it?
hat, yeah.
No, it's
Oh, it's a
yeah,
bowl.
no, it's a bowl.
Yeah, in Spanish we call it bombing, but
Bom-
that choice
bombing?
of hat is bombing hat, yeah.
Okay.
Sombrero bombing. But that choice of hat is it's courageous, like it's like
My wife likes
after that you have to go like the slash way with the top hat. That
The top.
Yeah.
Go slash.
Nah, I don't think I ever want to go. I don't think I ever want to go that high.
yeah,
It's too much.
Goofy.
It's too much. You're gonna hit walls,
exactly.
and every time you go
Yeah.
through a door frame, I mean,
Mhm.
talk about getting in and out of a car with that thing on. Like I can't
Yeah.
even imagine.
no,
Like,
you
that's
need to
just-
be riding horses if you're.
Yeah,
riding the
exactly.
top
Now,
hat.
see, there you go. That might be a fun thing to do. Absolutely,
Mhm.
when you,
When you're on your polo pony.
yeah, there you go.
The
Polo
only
pony,
reason I
yeah.
mentioned the jazz band thing is because I literally played in a jazz band with a bowler hat.
Oh, nice. That's funny. Yeah, no, this kind of started out as a thing where my wife and I did steampunk for Halloween one year,
Mhm.
and there was a really cool bowler hat in there that was all steampunky, and I was like, honey, what do you think of me in a bowler hat? She's like, I like it. And so we did steampunk for Halloween, and then it just kind of stuck. And I got one that didn't have all the bullets and gears on top of it. And it just, and it kind of sticks. It kind of works as a gimmick for YouTube too, because everybody remembers you. And honestly, with everything else I do, going out to big events, doing other part of my other activities and stuff like that. It's like it also helps everybody remember you. So when you have a conversation with somebody, they go, "Oh yeah, the guy in the hat." Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you stick out in a crowd, and that was kind of the idea. So.
Yeah, that's a good thing to be remembered by. Like the guy in the hat, you don't want to go, "Oh, that naked guy that went and."
Yeah, right. Like remember that guy
fountain?
that was naked in his boots, dancing on the piano after he got wasted. Yeah, you don't want to be remembered as that guy.
Yeah, like taking a bath in the fountain. That guy, like you don't want to be that guy.
No.
Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah. Haven't we all?
It was tequila. Get off me.
Had a hard time pulling up a comment this morning.
Randy, you're just having a hard time in general.
Yeah. I heard. It sounded like this. This sounded like the kind of proper shit show I'm used to. First thing this morning. So yeah,
I am.
Oh no.
Wow, someone's roboting hard.
Being very cooperative. Very
Randy's
cooperative.
roboting
He's
hard.
trying to post.
Are they all coming up real slow and
everybody's grinding.
glitchy for you?
Yeah,
It's all grind.
Yeah, I had the exact same problem last night. The only thing I could do was leave the studio, and come back, and it would fix it for a while. Like, we'll all still be here. It won't stop nothing.
Oh, sir, I live in Latin America. I'm used to having coconut internet.
Oh, come on, Dan.
Cool. I'll be right back. Let's see if this fixes.
Turn it off and on again.
A lot of uses for
literally,
coconuts
that's the only
over
thing that
there.
helped me for
What's
last.
that?
That's the only
Yeah.
that helped me last.
A lot of different
It's
uses
all
for
we have.
coconuts.
It's all we have, so we don't have oil.
I
think-
got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
Yeah.
I think he's gone. He's just stuck in that. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Now when he comes, hopefully when he comes back, that should fix it. So
Yeah, that's a
StreamYard-
cool. That's a cool thing about Randy's supposed to be the host, so he's the one who can share stuff. We're stuck here now.
Yeah. Oh no, we can leave whenever we want. But
Yeah.
the show is stuck until he comes back.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I had that late show last night, and I was like, and like the guys were trying to go on, and I'm like trying to close out and get everybody to give their things because it's already past 2:00 in the morning.
Ooh.
And Mad's like, dude. And like at first I was just trying to joke around and be kind of nice about it, but like trying to mute Mads because he keeps interrupting and like keeps this guy going while I'm trying to get him through his outro. And I'm like, he's like, dude, what the? And I'm like, Mads, I've been trying to get this guy through his outro for 15 minutes.
Nice.
Some of us have to go to bed because Mad's on one of them checks and shit. And so like he just gets, and he deserves it. He's a vet, just like a lot of us out there, but it's like at the exact same time that he also uses that as an excuse to just, stay up all night and, wake up whenever he wants and is not considerate to the fact that not everybody else lives like that.
Yeah, like
Things seem to be running smooth since I got back in, Luke. So
See, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Take yourself out.
Pedro
put
gave us a
yourself
new
back in
standard for happiness. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So aside from
Learned more about Pedro than I've ever needed to know.
yeah, dude. So aside from dogs having intercourse with coconuts, what has happened?
Luke, you
this week,
son of a
guys?
gun, you had me at bacon.
Well, everybody, there you go. Here, hold on. I gotta.
It's a hat group, duh. Luke, you doing all right?
I'm doing all right.
You sound better than the back room. Whiskey has a face for radio. There we go.
Wow. Why?
I hated my
for
pork
that, but I'll
pie.
hit it later.
Hmm.
Somebody actually hated your pork pie. What's wrong with that? That was a good
Yeah,
hat.
and I hated my pork pie.
Who does that?
The things that
Mo Biggs with like nuts.
Don't worry,
That's
we're
what
laughing
about
with
my
you, not
pork
at
pie.
you.
Kept calling me
Thanks,
what's the
guys.
name of that Boy George. Kept calling me
Boy George.
Boy George.
Whoa, those are fighting words down here, man.
I don't have enough makeup for that.
Yeah, people will go to war for that shit.
No big.
I just wanted to pop in for a minute and say how much I enjoyed watching Randy
Watching the
Try to
shit show this
figure
morning?
out.
Yeah. Sorry, folks.
try to figure out all
We're
of
supposed to be
my
safe for work.
stuff. It's it
That
was
was
so
great.
funny. I mean, I was
like
listening.
Yeah, it was
Like I said, a couple
minutes
minutes to go time, and I don't know where the bacon is. Yeah.
But actually, the whole Stone Clan was getting a good laugh out of it. My
better
favorite
than
part was, sorry guys, we're here. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to close that one.
Yeah. Sorry, folks.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Zoom in on Randy mid bacon.
I love it.
Transparent.
Randy has a charm that surpasses technical prowess.
oh, thank you, Hojo. Thank
We're
you.
Timothy says, I mean, never mind.
we're 21 minutes in the show and we still haven't even really started.
We're still waiting. We're still waiting.
I mean, I'm having a great
So
time.
how was your week? How was your week, Phil?
How was your week, Phil?
Oh, super. Great.
Not
Writing out
coconut
lots of
in
lead-
sight.
No,
Yeah,
no
I mean,
coconuts. Not coconut great,
Yeah,
but pretty great.
yeah, that's impossible, sir.
Glenn's had a pretty good week. He launched the campaign.
There we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah, we'll get to that later, I suppose.
Yeah, you launched the campaign. Glenn had me doing technical support last night.
I had you doing nothing. I asked you a question.
I was trying to
Don't make
figure
it sound
out.
like I had a gun to your head. No, what it is, I think it's still applying because I keep getting emails telling me that somebody's pledged on it and nobody has. So I don't know what's wrong.
It's me.
Glenn, stop
So
giving
it's not
good
gonna
work.
it's not gonna show
Jesus.
it's not gonna show new backers. It's just gonna keep bringing the total up.
Right. Okay.
Kentucky folks send smoke signals from their whiskey stills to email people. LOL.
Oh, whiskey.
Speaking of that, I'm actually in the hills, in the mountains of
Mm.
Tennessee right now.
I was going to ask how far you got so far.
We're in
where you're at.
Chattanooga. We're gonna drive all the way down to St. Augustine today. So we went to this place yesterday called Ruby Falls. Apparently there was a battle up there. But I met the granddaughter of the man who discovered the place. They were actually trying to drill for water and wound up causing a mudslide. And that mudslide, once they were able to pull themselves through, on the other side, they saw this beautiful waterfall. And he said you could barely see the water until you would shine like colored light on it. So they had
Oh,
There he goes, folks.
that's a very interesting story.
I
love the
what
ending.
a cliffhanger! What a
Yeah,
cliffhanger!
cliffhanger.
I love it. I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
wait for the next edition.
Yeah.
could you guys not hear me?
We heard
No.
shining a light.
No,
on
you
it.
literally
That's where
bounced
you ended.
out and came
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. And then she
Oh.
took off her, and then you left.
That's the weird thing. Okay, so then she took off her top. No, I'm joking. Anyway, he turns out he named the falls after his wife, Ruby.
Mm.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really cute.
Yeah, and so long story short, and then so my daughter hears this story, and I'm like, okay, so there's a new standard for dating, and unless they're willing to discover a beautiful geological wonder and name it after you, they're not worth your time.
Yeah, exactly.
There you
And
go.
risk
Here.
killing people with a mudslide.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
There are levels.
new,
Talk
levels
about
of, new levels of courtship.
Hmm.
yeah.
That doesn't necessarily hold true
Okay.
because there's Hell's Half Acre, named after my ex-wife.
There you go.
Hey yo.
Hey,
There you go. Waka waka.
Waka. That's Fozzie Bear. Wow.
Yeah.
That's Fozzie Bear. I dropped a little Fozzie Bear on you.
Oh my
this
God!
morning.
Almost had my coffee come through my nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that
At
was
this rate, I'll take your nose coffee because
I'm just
Yeah.
going off you, Dave.
Ooh. And were
Um,
you able to figure out your
dude.
backer issue on Hitch?
I'm
Speaking
not
of that-
sure. I've been told by the boss, Luke, there that it's okay, but still nobody's coming through. So I don't know.
Well, we'll have to look.
Not that I don't believe you, but it just seems a bit odd
Mm.
because I don't believe you.
Thank you,
Bones
Hojo.
looks like
Thank
Boy
you,
George.
Hojo. You just ruined Sansa for me.
Well,
Interesting
we know
observation,
there
Hojo.
was a problem with your. There were 2 drop pledges on there.
It can't be a problem on my end, can it? I'm not connected to it, am I?
Yeah, there were 2 drop pledges, but
You know, I'm getting emails from you telling me there's a pledge on it and there isn't, and it's my fault.
no,
Okay, so we're seeing.
this is why we
customer
work
service.
Okay, okay. I'm going to get
live
I know where you
Vegas.
live. I'm going to give everybody your home address, and I'll come banging on your door.
No, you're not going to see the backer number go up every time I back it, because it's still one backer.
Well, stop backing it. Let the other people back it who are trying to. I get an email from you with a name on it, and nothing's appeared. Only you. So stop backing it, and let the other people back it.
Let them keep backing it.
Actually, right now it says there's 2 backers on it
Yeah, they're both Luke.
No,
But
for $129.
only one of them is me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So someone else has backed it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you silly, simple bastard.
I don't understand. If 4 people have backed it, why doesn't it say 4 backers?
Well, it's not 4 people that backed it.
This
Right.
is getting personal.
It's because we
Not
don't
for
use the
people that
metric
backed it.
system over here.
I don't feel comfortable now.
I
Two
don't.
people
understand.
backed it.
I
Two
don't
people
understand.
2 other people tried to back it and withdrew their contribution. Their
Right.
card must
Okay.
have rejected or something, like
right.
mine did the first time. I
Right.
forgot to approve my card.
Okay. Well, it's probably my fault.
Not your fault.
It's
I
okay.
I take the blame. It's my fault.
It's Randy's fault.
There you go.
Bandy's
Yeah,
fault.
you can blame
Maybe
me.
it's your
I'll
fault.
take it. I'll take the heat. It's probably my
Maybe it's
fault.
your fault.
There's 129 up there already. So hey,
There you go.
you know what
Guys,
that
why don't we
means.
back Hatch just to show him that?
The
Guys,
boy.
back Hatch just to show him it's
Boyd.
working.
I believe you. I believe you.
Run that number up.
Plenty of time.
Yay, birdie.
Yay, birdie.
So
26%
I'll pop out.
just started.
Have a good show. We're gonna be driving through the mountains, so I'm not gonna be able to
Right.
keep
Okay.
with you guys.
All
So
right.
See you,
thanks,
everybody.
Randy, thanks for
Somebody
holding that
Luke just
fort
dropped
today.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys,
Watch
have a
out.
good time today.
Watch out for
Remember,
Bigfoot.
the hills have eyes. Don't
Yes.
stop for nothing.
Bye, Bacon. There's a Stone Clan saying bye.
It's StreamYard,
Bye.
folks. That's all.
Bye.
Proud boomer, as Whisky would say. Yeah.
Yeah, StreamYard, it's doing great. We'll see you guys.
You
Watch
still
out for
there,
Bigfoot.
Luke?
Say, look.
He's coming
See you,
back in.
See ya.
Take
Bye.
care, sir.
See you, Luke.
He's gone.
Is he leaving?
He's gone.
You left.
He's gone.
He's gone.
He's still there on
He
mine.
gone.
He's gone now. Okay.
Here it is.
Lost
There's
in the
one
mountains
Number on
somewhere.
us today.
Lost in the
That
mountains.
was the last you ever heard of Luke.
Yeah, dude. Like I don't know. I've seen too many. I've seen too many like like creepy pastas and those channels on YouTube talking about the Appalachian Mountains and whatnot. I'm never going to a national park ever again.
Missing 411.
Yeah, it's just like he
Yeah.
went there and then he found like a lost tribe of Amish cannibals or something. And then
Amish cannibals.
yeah, it was just like
I love that idea. That's a great horror movie. Someone
Yeah.
should do that. Right?
That's
Turn that into a
another one
comic
right
book.
there.
A comic book. Yeah. Amish cannibals. That would be
Amish,
the
yeah.
best.
no microwave.
Exactly. Hills have eyes style, the whole nine. Like somebody run with that.
With Amish.
Mhm. Poor Amish. They make butter, right?
Wait. You're gonna snatch as soon as you get paid. All right,
Mhm.
gotcha. Just call
Yeah.
Melons. Yeah, got it. Just call me insane. Yep. All right, cool.
Oh,
Makes total sense.
Amish cannibals and the adventures of Pedro.
okay. That's the thing. Like people think in Latin America, like there's
That's
cannibals,
the system screwing with you, Glenn.
and that's true. But they're not that many. Like you have to go seek them out. Like you're not gonna find out in the supermarket like looking for people's flesh. But if you go to certain areas, like you're gonna get eaten. So yes,
Back in the chat.
I don't know. I was having this conversation with some people, and they made me feel like it was commonplace down here, and it's really not.
Do you have Amish cannibals in Panama?
Well, no, they're not Amish.
that's the thing they don't have.
Mhm.
Yeah. What is true is that there's cocaine everywhere, like in Dune. That is true. Like you'll see it like specklets of cocaine floating everywhere. It's like all the trade is going.
So you thought it was snowing in Panama, did you?
No, it's never snow. It's never snow, sir.
I just know it's a Van Halen song. So,
Yeah. It's not about my country though. I wish it was, but
I'm
it's
not grumpy.
Never. Look at that happy face.
I'm all right.
Hey, Birdie. Yeah. He just goes out and shakes his clothes.
There's
off
nothing like
enough for a
flipping the
dime
bird
bag.
first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
There we are. Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Mm.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Their
Exactly,
banjo
John.
stride faster. Luke.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Gone.
Gone.
Yeah, there you
Wait till
go.
payday next week, and then snagging that
Whoa.
hat, that snatch.
Whoa.
Hat,
I'm a
hatch,
cannibal.
hatch,
Whoa, sir.
hatch with an
Snag
H.
that snatch.
Yeah.
Amish cannibal on the panel.
Yeah.
There we are.
Confirmed. Confirmed.
And I need everyone to stop releasing all their books at the same time. My wallet can't take it anymore.
Yeah, dude, like, yeah. I know we kind of swarm
Same
people
here.
sometimes, like locusts. Like, there's $15. Buy them all. Like, yeah.
That's kind of impossible. But that's why you should always. That's why the on-demand thing is always a good idea. After you
Exactly.
succeed in your campaign, always keep it on demand, man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or in Fund My
Cocaine
Comic, you
cannibal.
can make it a
Yeah.
storefront. So that
Yep. That's yep.
Yeah, that immediacy
Yes, you
thing. And I know, like the whole thing of making it an event, the launch of your book, and having it funded before 2 months, it's kind of part of the Whiskey. You're creeping me out now, baby.
That's fucking awesome. That's so
Yeah.
perfect. Where did you find that? That is amazing.
My name is Ezekiel.
You're gonna have to leave that up from now on. Whiskey. That's your new iconic
Avatar.
picture there.
Mhm.
Yeah, avatar.
Yeah.
But you
You
know
fit right in.
that's also one of those things why you should with campaigns and doing stuff like this, you should curb your enthusiasm when it comes to like that kind of stuff. Because see, everybody sees the big names and what they pull off and everything else.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen for 99% of people out there.
Yeah, exactly.
If you come into it with enough money to at least print your book, you know, even if it's just a few thousand copies on your own, then you're already ahead of the game of everybody else that tries this.
It's a win.
And you can you can automatically, if you don't get to the funding, well, look, I can already print the book, turn it into a storefront on Fund My Comic, and
There you
eventually they'll all sell. I just keep doing the hustle, and eventually they'll all sell. So,
But
Yeah,
it,
that's the
but it
thing.
will discourage the weak.
I call that
yes,
I call that the ugly dude attitude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna get a chick eventually. You're gonna get the chicks. I mean, some people come in and they get them right away. But if you come with the ugly guy, you just hang in there. You're gonna get something.
That's a
You
brilliant
will get
analogy.
something, baby.
I'm working on it, Chris.
Hone your skills, bring your A game, and be ready to promote.
absolutely.
And my stream yard is moving like molasses again. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah.
So
We're gonna play whack-a-mole with you all day. You're just gonna have to pop in,
probably.
pop out.
I'll just move to different places and
yeah.
that's all.
Run over to McDonald's.
It might happen for Glenn. He makes that
Road.
snatch book I hear about.
Yeah. I mean, Snatch looks awesome. Dude, I have to congratulate you on your trailer again, Glenn.
Snatch looks awesome.
Yeah.
His snatch look awesome. Looks
Snatch.
awesome.
Thank you.
You know what I'm thinking about,
There.
dude? I saw a dog having intercourse. I'm sorry. Okay.
It's been a while.
That was an old underground book with Robert Crumb. I've got a collection
Yeah.
of it around here
Snatch.
somewhere.
But
Snatch
Hatch
comics,
is awesome
yeah.
though. And I have to congratulate Glenn on the trailer
Does.
again because it feels like a late 70s animated movie. You know what I mean? Like it has that
Nice.
that sense, and I'm just enthralled. I was enthralled by it. How about that?
Great.
Go.
So
Thank you.
congrats, man, guys. Go check Snatch. It's gonna be different, dude. Glenn is a grade A artist, and yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Hatch.
Snatch. No, Hatch.
That's what he said.
That's it.
That's what he said was snatch.
That's
Yeah.
Snatch.
That's what he said.
I saw a dog having his way with a coconut,
We know.
man.
We know.
That marks it.
That changes a man. That changes a man.
We've been.
That's your backyard, Pedro.
The frog said.
There's not much
Frog.
news
Yeah.
to talk about, folks. Just your
No, really?
typical, BS. That
Nothing
we've
happened
had.
this week.
I got
Warner
some.
Brothers doesn't want to market Aquaman because they know it's a dog.
Well,
They
it's not only
marketed
that
it,
because
you know.
they're broke.
That too.
That too.
That too.
That's
Yeah, that too.
you know that has because like that's one of the biggest things I cover over on my channel is all like Warner Brothers is kind of what I cut my teeth on was a lot of that kind of stuff because I was a big fan of like Henry Cavill and all that kind of stuff And it's one of those things like that's what it is right now. They're so damn broke because these movies, the reported budgets on these movies aren't even close to what these movies have actually cost. And that goes for pretty much everybody across the board, but especially for Warner Brothers and Disney because of all of the reshoots that they've been doing. I mean, literally the Flash movie has been in production hell for like 6 years. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with It's even the same thing with Aquaman 2. And then don't even get started on all the Johnny Depp stuff, because that threw that movie into a whole lot of other question too, because there was people inside of the company questioning whether or not we should just completely cut her out of it, whether we should just not even bother releasing the movie because of what else we've got going on. But once again, they're broke. So if they can get away with releasing this movie with limited amount of marketing, not finishing the VFX on it, because we know, God, man, dark mode, anybody? But not finishing the VFX on it, which is clearly what they've done based on the trailer, and just crapping it out there and hoping that enough women will show up that have a heartthrob from Jason Momoa with his shirt off, that it'll at least make them some money more than anything else they put out this year. Because everything else they put out this year outside of Barbie has lost them a crap ton of money. Barbie does not make up for the hundreds of millions of dollars that they've lost on every one of their DC projects.
What did Amber Heard get paid for that film?
Here's the fishmonger. Too much.
Right.
That's not coming through.
Well,
I gotta
go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
That's okay.
Keep talking about Aquaman.
So does this is this one of them situations where you think this movie is going to shit the bed?
To me, this is like poison well scenario, because the thing is, like, Amber Heard's there, and a lot of people have something against her or for her. So the focus is not going to be on Aquaman or whether or not Amber Heard's going to be there. That's not going to help it. It's the same thing that happened with The Flash. The Flash was not The Flash anymore. It's the movie where that dude is in. And that was a problem. And
all anybody cared about was Michael Keaton showing up.
Yeah, exactly. 20 minutes. So you want to get nuts?
I don't even see the first one. I have no interest in the second.
Yeah, zero interest myself.
Maybe they should reshoot Amber's part with Michael Keaton in.
Yeah,
there you go.
He will make a great mirror.
I think Common Nerd's right though. They're gonna make a couple $100 million off of just shirtless Momoa.
Yeah,
it might break even, maybe.
Yeah.
The thing with shirtless Momoa
can we pull up this comment that just came in?
I will try. Considering what I've learned about the coconuts, I don't want to know what happens to the fish.
Don't poke me. Don't make me look.
Anybody who's seen Peacemaker already knows.
Is having its way with a headless fish. That is
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Oh dear God!
Sure,
you guys are doing this on purpose now.
That'd probably be an extra 100 to 200 million right there. Go see Keaton in a red wig.
Dude, it's an Amazonian, like the pink dolphins from the Amazon. He just like took the head of a fish and started having, and he's doing it.
So Rule 34. Anyone? Rule 34.
Exactly.
That's it exactly. Yep.
Oh, that's horrendous. But yeah, I mean, it's still not gonna come anywhere. Even if it does do well, just because of that X factor of Jason Momoa with his shirt off, like it did last time. Like it's still not gonna come close to anything that they've done in the past, simply because of all of the other factors surrounding it. The fact that we know this timeline is a completely and totally dead universe, like nothing's really gonna come over it, other than like maybe some of
the women.
Yep. Well, yeah, dear sweet homeboy's favorites, his creations, his children, and his wife, of course. But other than that, that's why nobody has any investment in this. And then, like, you add that on top of it, it's more bad CGI that we're seeing and getting complaints about in the trailer already. It looks like dog crap, and so it's got everything around it. It's got everything going against it and one thing going for it.
Yeah,
that's what she said.
He's got a big dick. He's an asshole, but he's got
exactly.
A big
dick. But they keep coming for it. But yeah, that's
Pedro, that's me.
Yeah, that's the problem with like all this like movies by committee, like all those reshoots. It's because like it's like 15 filters with all those big studios, and now movies are not like one or two voices. It's just like, dude, a plethora of people like going to meetings. Like, wait, is the Inuit people represented properly in this sequence? And dude, like that kind of questions that have nothing to do with entertainment are making those movies go for reshoot, and making this budgets just.
Well, that's a sad
ballooning
thing. That's a sad thing about these movies now. They've moved into scrapbooking, what they call scrapbooking.
Yeah,
They'll
exactly.
film multiple scenes and then decide which one tests the best.
Right.
That makes the movie. They're not interested in
art.
entertainment or coherent story. They're just
No, it's
interested
art.
in what's testing the best.
Yeah, it's art by committee, and that doesn't
Yeah.
work. The old
Never
the old saying about too many cooks in the kitchen exists
Yep.
for a reason. It's the exact same with
Yeah.
any form of art. You got too many people messing with it, and it turns into what we've seen.
Yeah,
Exactly.
too true.
Okay, so Chris is waiting for the Snatch cinematic universe, and I have to say I'm waiting for it too.
Yeah.
Glenn,
Well, they actually already had the Snatch cinematic universe. It started
Yeah.
with Debbie Does Dallas.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude, that's 70.
Family friendly fun.
Oh,
Get
my
into this.
bad. Sorry.
Anyway,
Forgot how
All right.
early in the morning this was.
Yeah, that's all right. No, you're bringing back memories, man. Like, I saw that in Betamax.
They actually released that in theaters. Okay, that was a
Yeah,
theater release
Yeah.
movie in mainstream theaters.
everybody's
I know. I'm in New York City. It was on 42nd Street.
Yeah. Oh, I remember when 42nd Street was cool. I
It
was
was
like
actually
12.
42nd Street. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like 12, and all the peep shows and shit. I was like, Mom, what's in there? I was like,
There we
Oh man, I set off a whole tangent, didn't I?
yeah, that's you
But
did.
yeah, they do know it. They do know it's bad because they do know it's going to be a congealed mess that has
Mhm.
been the same as all the rest of them. The Flash felt the exact same way. Anybody that
Oof.
actually saw it told me the exact same thing. It felt like they had no idea what they were doing from the beginning. And it's probably the exact same thing with this Aquaman. They probably cut this thing and reshoot this so much over the last few years that you watch it and you're just gonna like, I don't know where it started and where it ended.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, like my marriage.
Hold on.
There you are.
Anybody else got any thoughts on Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom?
Oh,
'Cause this-
I don't know what
it's
to.
gonna-
I love the fact that they
Smells
had
like
black
rockfish.
mana on the first Aquaman. Like, who's
They got
Remember
the
about
actual.
why an Aquaman the Lost Kingdom trailer. It's not yet
Oof.
released.
Was Aquaman 1 any good?
Well, I mean, it collected like 800,
We're
800
grinding again.
million.
Yeah, but was it any good?
Yeah,
I'm just not going to
Wow.
share
It was
screen
fun.
anymore.
It was
okay.
fun.
I liked it.
it's all right.
I thought like it's a fun popcorn movie. It's not an
Yeah.
Aquaman
Was
story.
Right.
Amber in that one?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, it's not. It's not Aquaman at all.
Yeah.
I mean, Amber Heard wasn't on that movie, and I mean, she wasn't bad, but she wasn't good.
Yeah, she was in there.
She's not a great actor.
But she wasn't
She's
in there.
really
Yeah.
not.
No.
We know. Never
And
mind.
there was
I
no
won't say
I
that.
felt no
Best.
chemistry between him and Khal Drogo. No, Jason Momoa. I don't know. It's just like it felt forced. And they were trying to be like.
Mhm.
cute
That's what
with
we
each
heard
other.
from behind. That's what we heard from behind the scenes the entire time was they had
Yeah.
no chemistry. That came out in the trial that they had no
Mhm.
chemistry, and that's why there was a lot of rumors that they were going to recast her for the second one, but
Mhm.
too far in and too much done. So,
They should have cast like that chick that came with the armpit comic book. What's her name? Khaleesi.
Sorry.
oh yeah, that's who everybody wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know who you're. Yeah,
Yeah.
What?
that-
there was a big rumor that they had already replaced her with that actress.
Yeah,
No,
well,
so
because
this
she
is
already
not
had a
what we can think
relationship
of.
with Warner Brothers from Game of Thrones and everything
Mhm.
else. It was just everybody. It made sense, but they didn't have the balls. She's
Yeah.
got too many bodies buried in too many places. She knows where all that stuff's at. They're not
Yeah.
gonna they
I
can't
mean-
just cut her out like that.
Yeah, there's a story that she's like in charge of parties.
Oh, plus
and
they
favors.
were too far.
Oh,
in.
dude, my
Yeah.
biggest video over all of that stuff was covering
Wow.
that. That was hilarious.
Yeah, dude.
That
Like
was
when I saw that, I was
wild.
like, "Damn, that feels like Colombia, baby." was like,
Well, it feels like legit. It's like eyes wide
Yeah.
shut stuff. And like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, I could see all of this happening inside of Tinseltown.
yeah, like the thing is, like I didn't know Hollywood was like that, but if
Oh,
you
yeah.
go to Cartagena, Colombia, you can get that exact same thing for way less money. Now, I'm not pimping Cartagena, but I do offer guided tours if you're interested.
Note to self. Thank you, Pedro.
I've been to Cartagena, Spain, but never Colombia.
Oh, Cartagena, Colombia, it's way funner. Like Cartagena, Colombia, Cartagena, Spain is cute.
Yeah.
Cartagena, Colombia will change your life, sir.
Yeah, I probably
Just
won't
saying.
come back, so I probably.
Emotional, damn it.
Yeah.
It's not a place I'm rushing to, Colombia.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I mean, okay, so you're afraid of floating cocaine in the atmosphere. I get it. But you get used to it. You just start doing this a lot.
And dishes. Lots of dishes.
Yeah, exactly. But aside from that, like if you keep to places, like I mean, if you're looking for danger, you can find it. But if you keep to yourself to the safe areas, it's only the floating cocaine. But dude, it's a beautiful country.
The safe areas.
It's only the floating cocaine.
Yeah.
It's the airport.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Hey,
what's up, wise guys?
Wise guys in the chat.
Yeah.
Well, wise guys, I'd pop your comment up, but it doesn't seem to want to move. Here we are.
There you go.
Oh, this is crazy.
I got one for you in the
Really
private
hating
chat too,
StreamYard
if you
right
want to
now.
pull that up.
Just to click your coconuts together.
Yeah. Click your coconuts 3 times and come to Latin America. Yeah.
Ow, that hurt. Okay.
Yeah. Ouch. Oh. Dude, they're trying so hard with. I saw what you put on the private chat.
Right?
Dude, talk about try hard, man. Like nobody likes this character.
No,
They've been
dude.
trying
Like
for years.
Wait, what are you?
And you know what? Like my
get it.
grandfather
That's
was
great.
from my grandfather was from the Hindustan. So he came to Panama like in 1942, so before partition, which was in 47. So he was born in the side what would be called Pakistan, but he never said he was from Pakistan. So the series they made on Netflix, like I was interested because they talk about the partition. So I saw it. I didn't enjoy it, but the actress that plays Mrs. Marvel, she's a very endearing, like cute kid. Like she's a good actor. Like she was trying to sell it, but
She seems
dude,
really sweet and nice.
yeah. But the series
But-
itself was just dog shit. Just sorry.
It was the lowest watched Marvel series on Disney
Ever.
Plus.
Mhm,
The
mhm.
lowest ever.
And I feel for that girl. Like with a good script, she could have done a.
That's
really
why I
good
keep
job.
telling everybody we're not suffering.
What?
So I'm telling
Well,
everybody
having-
we're not suffering from superhero fatigue. We're suffering from bad
Exactly.
fatigue.
Exactly. Yeah, it's all
Exactly right.
we're suffering from bad storytelling fatigue. When it comes down to
Uh-huh.
it. And yeah, and what is up with why do they always make her look so frumpy? In
Mhm.
every single poster they put that poor girl into. She looks like she's wearing a box or a bag in
Mhm,
like her
mhm.
uniform and everything else. I don't get it.
Oh, well, the uniform is a burkini, which is something that does exist in Pakistan. So basically, it's
I think
like a
that's the
burqa.
costume. The way the costume was designed in the first place. She
Yeah.
looks naturally frumpy.
Oh,
So it's like
Yeah.
a Muslim bathing suit, basically.
that's oh my god.
So yeah, like it's a
So wait,
cultural
are
thing.
you a Pedro? Are
Yeah.
you a Pakistani living in Puerto Rico, pretending to be a Puerto Rican?
No, actually, I'm 1/4 Colombian, 1/4 Panamanian, 1/4 Pakistani, and there's some Buick in it. Because that's the thing. Like when you come to Panama, you're gonna get sexed up.
Yeah,
Like
well,
you're
that
gonna,
happens.
because everybody's scantily clad. It's really hot. People are sweating. Everybody gets horny. So you get a lot of weird mixes. Dude,
Man, that's
my best friend is a Chinese guy with an afro. He's ungodly to see.
dude. That sounds like my family, man. I'm not even kidding you. That seriously sounds.
Everybody
like my
gets
family.
horny in Panama. That's why they
Yeah.
have coconuts.
Even the dogs.
Dude. Look, Snickers.
Well, that when the whole family-friendly thing went out the window from the start.
Yeah, I think so.
Lord, I apologize.
Yeah.
Sorry, folks.
But yeah, I mean,
Welcome.
Just run with it. Just go with it.
Just
Yeah,
the
exactly.
movie.
Welcome to the S show.
But this was the thing
Comic
that
book
I saw the
store
other
Pulp
day.
716.
Hmm.
Oh, am I on mute? What the heck?
No,
No,
you're
you're
not.
fine. I can hear you.
Reports dying numbers for Marvel's mutant titles. Okay. About 58% of our X-Men subscribers have canceled their book subscriptions in the last year.
Oh, Muffin.
Not surprised.
Yeah.
No. Well, and this
Dude,
is the other thing
I
too.
was
This
gonna
was
say,
all
is
they had
anybody
left.
surprised by this?
Mhm.
No, but it's one of the things. The sad part about this is the X-Men was the only thing that Marvel still had that was selling.
Yep.
You know, outside of a couple of other, there's
Had-
my normal alarm. Outside of like, you know, some of their Captain America series that are still barely selling and stuff like that. But X-Men was one of their only consistent sellers, and they've now officially ruined that. And this is just the last year. Don't even, I mean, there's farther down in the comic. I think he talks about in the last 10 year and stuff like that. But this is just in the last year, almost 60% of their subscriptions gone. And he also talks about the fact that in this article, he talks about it's not that people are not interested in comics. They're just now going to these other monthly publications that are these alternatives. It's not Marvel and DC. And he says those are up like 60% over the last year. Whereas this stuff's down almost 60% for the last year. Like, it's not that people don't still want good superhero stories. It's that people just don't want the trash that the big two are putting out anymore, which is why the independents are rising.
Yep.
Hail the Iron Age.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, they start with this gala thing, and I have nothing against fashion for people who like it. But dude, you have like a captured comic book audience that are not interested in what like the Met or like New York Fashion Week. Like, we're not into that. So if you give me a book about a gala, I'm not gonna buy it.
The whole gala thing is like,
Yeah,
come
dude.
on, man. As a one shot, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like an annual event
Yeah, exactly.
thing now. It's ridiculous. No thanks.
These comics are not written for us anymore. They're written for wine moms and the various.
They're written for no one, man.
Who don't buy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people. Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it,
The people that don't buy them.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're not written for anybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like they're massaging
By
their own
people that
ego.
don't buy
Like,
'em,
yeah,
too.
I find this cool.
I'm guessing it's for whoever decides on the ESG scores.
Yeah,
Well, and that's the thing.
They
If
go,
all the people
check the
on
box, check
Twitter
the box.
convince them to do this stuff,
Well,
and
really-
they know none of them buy the books.
Right.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I
lot
could
of
take
it's
advantage of
chat
Marvel's
GPT
Brown Week.
too.
I don't know how they call it. Like they do this things like with like diversity creators. Like I could take advantage of that, but I don't because I want to sell books. You know what I mean? Like if I do a story about like a Panamanian one-legged laser guided guy in a wheelchair, like how many people are going to relate to that? Not many. You're gonna make things universal, man. Like I don't get it. Like I want to hear different voices. Like, dude, just put yourself out there. If you're good, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm gonna quote Michael Jackson here, but it doesn't matter you're black, white, or whatever. If your book's good, it's good, and people are gonna read it. If you don't come in whining like, "Why are you not buying my book?" Great marketing strategy, Binky. That's not gonna work.
You're trying to tell me that content of the character and meritocracy actually matter over how people look?
Yeah. Just I think a guy called Martin Luther King said that at some point, but he was a misogynist. So
Whoever that guy is, that
Look what happened to him.
he was
Yeah,
a
he was a
Republican.
woman.
Well, yeah, no joke, right? Exactly. Look what happened to him. Well, and that's the thing, because the division's the point, right? That's what I always try to explain to people. The division is the point. The reason why these people got into these comic book industries, it wasn't because they cared about these comics. It wasn't because they any of that kind of stuff. They wanted to push their agenda, and they wanted to divide the fan base because they knew that these kind of things, whether it be sports, whether it be movies, whether it be comic books, whether it be animation of any form, all of that stuff causes us to be able to relate to each other because universal stories are universal for a reason, right?
Yep.
Everybody loves what's going on in One Piece because you can all relate to that story of a dream of trying to find something greater than yourself, right? It's why all of these stories have been universal. It's why Batman and Superman are still popular to this day, you know? And it's the same thing with all the rest of these stories. The problem is they know that this was our escapism, right? These things brought us together as a people. So what did they want us to do? They wanted us all divided, because then divided people are easier to control and manipulate. So they force themselves into our entertainment. They make it to where all of the things that used to bring us together at football games, it didn't matter what your ideology was, because you all loved that football team. Well, now if they force their politics into that football team or into that comic book, now they know that all of the fans of that comic book with those politics will defend it, while you'll drive away the rest of the audience, which turned out it ended up being the majority of the audience.
Yeah, and there's also this campaign against happiness, like I've noticed.
Yeah,
because it's like, what? I'm miserable. Why are you happy? Why are you having fun without me? I gotta make you miserable too. And so that's the thing. Like they come in and ruin everything for everyone. Yeah, like now this story is cool. Like, no, dude, I want women in refrigerators. I want like steaks. You know, I want stories that make me fear for the characters. I don't want to have just a couple of people having coffee talking about like I have only 2 bars on my Wi-Fi. Like that's what Marvel and DC are giving us today. It just it's nothing. It's nothing. But they're just like, but you see how many Inuit and we have like a guy from the Bora Bora tribe in it. So is the Bora Bora tribe cooking somebody? No, then it's not fun. Like, give me something that amazes me. Show me gore. Make me laugh. But just this thing, like, see how many people are gathering that I just think of BO. Sorry, I'm ranting.
No,
you are. Let's take a look at something else.
Grab a coconut. Grab a coconut. You'll feel better.
I get a coconut.
Hey, I got something to make you feel better. Hold on. What's your mail-in address? Hold on a bit.
Oh no, I'll go to Cartagena. I'll be back with some.
Right, you'll be. I was gonna say, yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
You walk out the street and find it.
If only Randy was slightly quicker with the pulling the articles, we wouldn't have to listen to Pedro monologue.
Pedro, for $1, you get a bunch of coconuts.
Well, I've been trying to get in here and share stuff. Everything keeps walking. You're either walking all over me or I'm lagging behind. One or the other.
Yeah, we're not walking over you.
StreamYard's has been so wild.
They're frozen, baby.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, you still seem to be a little lag in here. Well, that's nothing. That's got nothing. I'd share more articles. There really isn't much in the news.
Yeah,
you know, it's really It's a slow news day.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the whole like Disney's collapsing thing that's been happening for the last couple of weeks, what else?
That's I can talk about that
either. Yeah, exactly.
Well, since we were talking about Kamala Khan, did you hear the fact that the producer of the show said that essentially them getting a second season depends on how well the Marvels does at the box office?
That sounds legit. That sounds legit.
Sorry to hear that.
Sound legit. Yeah, exactly.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Are you trying to tell me I don't deserve to make a movie? Like,
right.
The money you don't.
Well, it's finally caught up to them, right? The money's finally run out. You know what I mean? And even like a lot of the big guys that were pushing all the agenda nonsense and everything else, they're like, look, this ain't getting us no returns. We can't do this forever. Something's got to change. And, you know, and this is one of the other things I talk about. There's nothing wrong with doing an agenda-driven movie or an agenda-driven story, right? A lot of us grew up with Fern Gully and Captain Planet. You know what I mean? Those are highly agenda-driven things that I even recognized that as a kid. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they were still fun. They were still good stories. I loved Captain Planet as a kid. You know what I mean? So there's a way to do it right, but they want to sacrifice the story and any kind of entertainment value for it and beat you over the head with it until you comply into submission.
Right.
Yeah. The thing is, like, the problem is that it's not the story that's progressive. It's the writer. So the writer is not really a writer. It's like, okay, he graduated from, I don't know, he studied like the didgeridoo in college. He needs a job, but he's an ally. So allow him to write X-Men, and it's showing. Like,
I'm telling you, a lot of those comics are now being written by Chat GPT.
Chat GPT, yeah.
Yep. they're putting the info in and just kicking it because they're somebody's buddy gets up there and you can write a funny book. It's just a funny book. They go, well, I got chat.
The
They type
best
in
Captain
keywords.
Planet ever.
They kick it out.
Tree.
It's all pretty trees. They're all pretty trees.
Dude,
Love
that was awesome, man.
That was...
Amazon
I would have
and
watched a
Shopify
full length movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead, sir. Amazon and Shopify are mingling services.
Mingling services. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Amazon and Shopify announced a deal last week through which a number of services from the two companies are mingled. That's right. It's spelled with an I. I thought it was spelled with an A.
Yeah.
Mangled.
Yeah.
First step down a road that we can't see having a lot of happy endings. The deal it revolves around an Amazon Buy with Prime app for Shopify merchants, allowing merchants to offer Buy with Prime as an option on product service or pages in their Shopify powered stores. Products ordered in this way can be fulfilled by Amazon under Amazon Prime shipping terms, free freight, fast delivery. Payment methods for the Buy with Prime orders were unclear, with different takes from the two companies' press releases, but it appears all payments will be processed by Shopify Payments and that Amazon Pay will be offered as an option within Shopify's checkout. Based on the dueling press releases issued by the companies, returns can be handled through either Shopify or by Amazon. Customer data will be maintained by Shopify environment. Most importantly, we're giving merchants access to Prime members while also ensuring they keep 100% control of their brand and their customer data, all within the Shopify admin, unquote. Shopify president Harvey Finkelstein said in a statement accompanying the announcement.
That's a trustworthy name.
Yes, that's news. Yes.
Yep.
The Fink to his friends.
The Fink.
What do you think, Fink?
I think that article reads like an advertisement.
I think so too. A paid ad. Yeah.
Let's
see. It's on ICV2. Let's see if it doesn't say it was sponsored.
But I don't know. The consolidation always gives me pause.
Looks like that somebody just copied it off of a press release, though.
Probably.
Yeah.
Of course, there's the possibility that both companies benefit from the relationship, that merchants like the integration, and that it doesn't expand, break up, or lead to acquisition, but a cooperation between two of the three largest platforms for independent retail sales to consumers. eBay is the third. Just makes us nervous.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and that's one of the things I like about ICV2 is they're honest about that kind of stuff. Because one of the things is Amazon's trying to be like PayPal, except we'll also help you ship it, which will eventually lead to, well, we'll also just do everything for you.
Yeah.
But that's what they're trying to be. Is they're trying.
We'll cut you off.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. They're trying to be like PayPal, where you can use PayPal on just about every single website. You can integrate it really seamlessly in. They're trying to do the exact same thing with Amazon Pay. So.
Yeah, dude. It's what we were talking about a couple of weeks back. Like, it's weaponizing convenience. Like, oh, this is so convenient. Like, now you're under complete control. And then, oh, woe is me. I've never expected them to do that. Like, dude, like, sometimes life needs to be a little bit hard. And all these things that consolidating big companies gives me pause because it's less humans and more corporation. And I'm not against corporations per se, but that's the thing that there's not like a flesh, red-blooded human you're dealing with, but this huge entity that at some point can do whatever it wants with you. It rubs me the wrong way, man. Like, I don't know. I don't like it.
Well, and that's the problem with a lot of these major corporations. They got, especially in the tech industry, they got so powerful because of government contracts, right? You know, people talk about well, let's get the government involved to break up monopolies and stuff like that. The only reason Microsoft and Amazon have so many monopolies is because they have gotten billions of dollars in taxpayer funded government contracts for cloud services and for computer networks and for all of this kind of stuff. If the government was never funding them like that, they wouldn't have anywhere near the power and control over the market share that they do right now.
That's horrible.
Nobody can argue with that.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. Hey, look at that. Turn on notifications.
No. Don't you tell me what to do.
Not now.
Stop telling me what to do.
Just as you get it set up, they throw a pop-up screen in there.
Mm-mm.
There's a tweet from Bill Willingham
Oh yeah.
this week. In answer to
Wow.
far too many questions, I'm tempted to explain the delays in issues of Fables: The Black Forest. Everybody knows Willingham writes Fables and has done it for decades, probably at least a good 20 years, since DC refuses to do so. Short version, I handed in every script more than 2 years ago, and for multiple reasons, haven't worked with or for DC since. I fired them.
Good
Nice.
for him, man.
Good.
Good for him, man. Congrats, Bill.
Some independence.
Got to
Yeah,
do
dude.
what you got to do.
Bring back elementals.
Yeah.
That's all tied
Or-
up in rights.
Just write something new. There you go.
That's very true too.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, we're being held hostage by our love of old IPs. But dude, like, we have to just realize that they're using this against us. Let's just consume new things.
True.
You know what I mean? We're giving them way too much power.
And
I
that's-
love
said-
Superman. I love all like Golden Age, Silver Age, all that. I love it. But I know when things are being used as a weapon against me. So it's like, dude, whatever. I will not read Superman ever again. I have the old issues. I'll get them. Whatever. What you're doing now doesn't really affect me. I'm not looking for super cheeks. Okay.
So I told everybody that all of my heroes died at Crisis and Heroes Reborn. They've all been replaced by soulless zombies.
Yeah, exactly.
So you want the really good stuff, you go back and you look at the really good stuff. That's why we do Comics by Night, where we look at the really good stuff
Oh yeah.
and go over it. Yeah, that's why that's one of the joys about doing that program.
So
Outside
I'm kind
of
of
being up at 5 a.m. in the morning so that Russ and Glenn can be
Jesus.
I'm kind of a comic book normie when it comes to a lot of the stuff. I didn't get a chance to read a whole lot of them as a kid. I got like some Ghost Rider in and like some stuff like that. And like some of the older Ghost Rider was still good, like in the 90s and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
But I got into a lot of fantasy and stuff like that. But I got on with 32 Flavors and Nick Weiser's Comic Shop Talk on Friday nights, and that's what we do every Friday night. We go through a lot of the old comics, a lot of Golden and Silver Age, and like we did the Rocketeer series, and a lot of this is it's my first time reading these. So I'm going into it as a complete and total noob, and that's the best part, because I have decades worth of good stories to go through that I've never read, and I'm like, go right ahead, burn it all down to the ground.
Right.
I won't live long enough to read all of the good stuff that's out there, plus all of the new stuff that's coming out. And like, that's one of the things we've done on my Wednesday night shows. For a while, we were doing it almost every week, but we always bring on like independent comic book artists, or we had like the guys behind the Nefarious movie, which was an independently funded movie. We had those guys on. So that's one of you've got to promote that stuff. You've got to talk about it. And it's very, very important. And that's what we've got to do, is just put it out in the front of other people.
Did you said Nefarious?
Yeah. So I've got signed scripts from the director and writer right over here for me, myself, and each one of my co-hosts. I just haven't mailed it out to them.
There's this
Cool.
artist in the community, Matt Barr. He's going to be so jealous. I can't wait to tell him. Yeah, I can tell. Dude, he's like, have you seen Nefarious? Like, it's a meme now. And the show I have with him, like, have you seen Nefarious? Like, he loved it.
Oh, it's such a good movie. My wife and I went and saw it in the theaters. But yeah, I did a review of one of the trailers, and the main stunt man / coordinator and was one of the actors in it too, reached out to me on my Twitter or on my YouTube channel and was like, hey man, like, I was involved in the movie, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, well, would you be willing to come on and talk? Like, I don't know how this works. I've never talked to somebody that's like legitimately worked in Hollywood before, because John's been in the business as a stuntman for 40 years. So he's worked with all kinds of folk. He had some great stories.
Yeah,
But it went from John.
he's got great stories. Yeah.
Oh yeah. We had a blast. We had him on for like 4 hours. It was great.
That's great.
He was sipping whiskey the entire time and just telling all of these great old stories. Besides just all the great stories from the movie set, but then we had one of the head PAs who was also one of the extras, and he was in charge of the PAs. And from there, it was the directors and writers. And I had, it was supposed to be both of them, but one of them got sick, so I only got one of them. But yeah, that was an incredible conversation. Really cool dudes. I mean, that blew my mind. I was like, I'm talking to people that have literally worked in Hollywood for 20 years. This is insane.
Yeah.
So,
they're just regular people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Such cool, down to earth guys. They've moved out of California. They're moving to Texas. They're setting up a whole studio up in Texas. They're going to be doing a lot of their own independent work, and so yeah, I'm excited to see what they do in the future.
Well, with the internet, you're not tied to a single location.
I once sold weed to the actor that played the dude in
that guy from that thing.
Yeah, he played a character in this Catching Fire movie. What's the name of that movie? Hunger Games.
Denzel Washington?
No, Hunger Games.
Hunger Games?
Oh, that's like Man on Fire. Sorry.
Yeah, Man on Fire. No, Man on Fire. Like that's the thing. Like the translation for Man on Fire in Panama was Negro en Llamas, which is something that would sound really racist. Yeah, but that wasn't what it said on the what was it? Have you seen Negro en Llamas? Like, yeah, I've said it's awesome, dude. Denzel.
Well, it's like, did you hear about the Barbie poster in France?
No, what was
No.
The Barbie poster in France, apparently whatever translate as Ken is just Ken. Like whatever translates as Ken is also slang for dick over there. So the poster literally read in slang French, dick is dick. Dick is just dick.
Which is what it is.
It
was pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
I love translation errors. Dude. That's hilarious. That's
like,
fun.
Dude, that Denzel, like in Latin America, it happens all the time. Like the translation, like we translate from English, but you can't like translate back to English what we said in Spanish. It would be like horrible.
Yeah.
Like horribly racist or horribly sexist. And we just feel like, yeah, that's what it is.
That's just the way.
Yeah, Russ.
Russ says the characters we loved have been dead for 10 years. I tried to keep loving them, but it just isn't happening. No, it's not the same character.
I feel that 100%. I mean, it's one of those things like, and like I've been watching Ahsoka because, you know, I'm a YouTuber and that's what we do. We suffer through things like that.
Yeah.
You're all are welcome. But it's one of those things like some of the episodes, like if this would have come out after Mando season 1, right? When there was still a little bit of hope that we were going to get some semblance of Star Wars back, right? There was just a little glimmer, right? We all still knew where it led to. We all still knew that the end was going to be shit, but we could have some fun adventures along the way, right? And then Obi-Wan Kenobi happened and Boba Fett happened and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, I'm watching Ahsoka and I'm like, I should enjoy this. I should like this. I should be, this should be giving me little flutteries in my stomach. But instead, it just makes me sad every time I have that idea because I should be enjoying this, but I can't because of what they've done, because it's a dead brand. Just like all of our comic book characters died 10 years ago. Star Wars is a dead brand.
Well, I was sitting there watching the 4th episode, almost screaming at the TV going, that's not Sabine. That's not what she would have done. That's not Ahsoka. That's not what she would have done. This guy, the guy that was fighting her, was a total idiot. And I'm just going, I'm sitting here in my easy chair going, I could have written rings around this, what they had built up to that point, and they just went way off the rails. Just irritatingly.
Yeah, I just call it disingenuous because this is not Star Wars. This is the Filoniverse. You know what I mean?
Right.
This is the Filoniverse.
It's the Disneyverse is what it is.
Yeah.
No, but even with this Ahsoka show, it's all references to what Filoni has done. Which to me, it's like Star Wars by 25 coffee filters. Like it's not pure. So I'm not feeling like nostalgia or anything. It's like, dude, this was in Rebels, and I hated that show. So.
Well, see, and that was my thing too. I tried getting into Clone Wars like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Never could get into it.
Yeah.
Never bothered with Rebels, And so like I'm watching Ahsoka, and the main characters that you're supposed to care about, like Sabine was cool for about 5 seconds in the first episode. And then after that, her, Ahsoka, and Hera have just been nothing but boring. Hera's at least decent eye candy when she turns around, but other than that, like I'm more interested in the droid being a smart ass to Sabine and the bad guys. Like I enjoy the villains more. They're more interesting than anybody else in the show.
Yeah, it's the whole
I'm afraid you're right.
Like nobody's really evil anymore.
No,
it's
that's
something
No. And
You
that's
can't
a
even
whole
hate
other
watch
tangent.
that. It's just awful. It makes you feel bad.
They said Anakin looked so much better than Ahsoka. It was night and day. Make Hayden Christensen look good. Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, like Hayden Christensen's Anakin Skywalker in the prequels was very wooden.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like the choices Rosario doesn't, because she's not a bad actress, but the choices she's made in this Ahsoka show, she's more wooden than Anakin.
Anybody
You know
see
what
the
I mean?
spinning kick fiasco?
Yeah.
What?
The spinning
Oh,
kick.
the spinning kick in space? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
anyway.
flip over the aircraft. Oh
Mhm.
my
Yeah,
god!
No, not the aircraft
Oh.
one, the newest one. It's she spins around to kick Anakin Skywalker as he's coming up, or Hayden, and it's Hayden Christensen, right? Hayden.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, Hayden
Yeah.
Christensen. Yeah.
And
Oh yeah, you're
this
talking about
sword duel, and she
last
does this spin kick, and it's just. It's so slow that you could have killed her like multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, the coordination has been kind of slow.
It's worth watching if you. It's somewhere
I mean,
on social media.
Rosario Dawson is not 20 something, you know. Like, you
No,
can't
I know, but
expect her
even
to-
still, it looks
Looks
like
boring to me.
I've seen
Plus-
cosplayers do better stuff.
Yeah.
Fight.
And the complaints that we heard too was like a lot of the big complaints were like the
Terrible,
tails. They're supposed to continue to get longer as she gets
Mhm.
older, right? And she should be in
Yeah.
like her 40s at this point at least.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it should be down like way low. And their argument
6
that
inches in the air,
the
yeah.
showrunner's argument was when they tried doing them that long, it was almost impossible to do the stunts. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't have figured something out? Like
So,
you
yeah,
guys
like-
with all of this access to everything?
Mhm. So
CGI
that
maybe
race,
at the end.
that
That's
race
too
is called
true.
Togruta, right?
Hmm?
That race is called Togruta, right? The species
Oh. Of Ahsoka?
of Ahsoka. I think it's Togruta.
Let's see if we can
Because
find
you
the
got the
kick.
Twi'lek that have like the things on the back.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Hera's a Twi'lek.
Yeah. No, Twi'lek is Hera. It's a Twi'lek.
Yeah, that's what I
But I think Ahsoka is Togruta. And if you see another Togruta Jedi was Shakti,
Yep.
where her like things were that long, like I don't remember now.
No, hers were really long because she was on the Jedi Council, if I remember at
Yeah,
one
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Yeah, hers were really long. Yeah.
Somebody, yeah.
George figured out a way to do it.
Yep.
It's called practical effects. And
You know, you were saying about the villains not being villains anymore. You know,
Yeah.
the thing that I noticed, I've not watched any of these films, I must admit, for the past 10 years. The last thing I watched, I think, was
You're
Watchmen.
intelligent, Glenn. That's fine.
Yeah. And
me neither.
I just think that when I saw X-Men
Oh.
with Magneto going into Auschwitz or somewhere, and that was the reason he was bad.
Mhm.
Now, I would imagine going into Auschwitz is pretty bad.
Yeah.
But we don't need to see that. And I've seen bits of the Joker, which I'll probably watch sometime with Joaquin in it.
Uh-huh.
But there seems to be a reason why he's this murderous guy.
Mhm.
And everybody's got an excuse.
Yeah.
Just having him as a maniac. There's
Mhm.
plenty of them around. You
Yeah.
know? And not everybody who went into Auschwitz and hopefully got out turned into somebody like that. I don't mean the powers. I mean evil. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of people have lots of bad lives and bad upbringings and whatever, but they don't all turn out to be evil.
Right.
And I don't like that. I don't care. It's why I didn't bother with the Watchmen stuff, the early stuff, whatever it was. I've just not looked at it because I don't need to know any more than Alan Moore told me in the graphic novel.
Mm-hmm.
As for their motivation, I don't need to know that. And everybody has to be changing genders now and changing race and
Yeah, dude. like-
they're just wrecking everything from my point of view. Just
Well, I think that they have, and it's been intentional. I think
Yeah.
they've.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There are
Yeah.
people
Well-
up there that are intentionally tearing down these icons on purpose.
Well, it's like Whisky said earlier, and we've said a lot before on these programs. Why don't they just write something new?
they
Absolutely.
can't.
They can't, but they can't do it.
Nope.
No.
Have no idea how to do it.
I mean, this is gonna be like unpopular, but
We're seeing that in
don't-
all of entertainment and more. It's the fact that there's no real creativity. They don't want to try anything new. They can't risk spending the money on anything different. So you get the same old cookie cutter crap over and over and over again.
Well, I've said to you many times, Randy, that when I used to watch Spider-Man around the same time as you did when you was a kid, it was about Peter Parker, who happened to be Spider-Man. But now, if you put Spider-Man costume on, you're Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right.
oh yeah,
What's the point of that?
you got Spider-Man on wheels, Dominican Spider-Man,
Yeah. You know, it's like everybody's got to have a go.
Girl
like at school.
Spider-Man.
It's like
One
at schools, they don't
Shooting
give up.
webs out of the crutches is my favorite.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There
That
you
was
go. There we are.
At school now, everybody's got to win the football or the soccer, whatever you want to call it. They have to everyone has to
Participation
win.
tournaments.
Dino Spidey.
Ooh. Oof. Wow.
Is that for real? Oh my god.
It's real, yeah.
Dino Spidey. Yep.
Yeah. That
I mean,
sounds.
I was cool with
amazing.
Peter Porker.
Yeah, Spider-Ham.
Spider-Ham was awesome.
Yeah, Spider-Ham was cool, but it was like a self-conscious character. You know what
It was
I mean?
a parody, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. It was satire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spider dinosaur thingy has been there's a toy of it actually.
Of course
there is.
Common Nerd, who's away from the screen right now, says they're all creatively bankrupt. Disney insiders have even said so. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't-
Like I mean,
They don't have to say
they've
that
been-
for everybody to realize it. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been bankrupt for years now. Like, dude, all
Yeah.
these remakes. Like, when was the last original story you saw out of those guys?
That's horrible, man. Oh my
no.
god.
Oh,
That's so
no.
bad. I would not buy that for my kid.
It's so
a toy,
bad.
it's a
I want
toy.
one just to mock it and make fun of it.
Dude,
Absolutely.
if I had a kid, and he asked me for that, I will disown him. I will go to the
Blow it up with
market and leave him there.
firecrackers.
Yeah. I will go to the market and leave him there.
What's
Go
that
out there
line
and
from that-
smell the air.
Yeah.
what's that line from that movie? Beat him like a redheaded stepchild.
Yeah, that's the line. That's the line.
There's no redheaded stepchildren in comics anymore. They've all been replaced.
No, they've all been replaced.
All the redheads
They're
are gone.
redheads
They've-
allowed.
They have reached peak wank.
Peach went.
Russ says peach. Don't say that, Russ. They'll find another way. They'll always find a higher peak.
Yeah.
They're more interested in the flavor of the day instead of actual storytelling. Well, yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
That is correct.
And again, it's like scrapbooking movies. They're just out to get the highest screen number that they possibly can in the hopes that they'll generate enough cash to break even. So
yeah,
I swear they have a contest to see who can come up with the most ridiculous super Spider-Man they can. I'm sure they did. You're probably 100% right, Ronan. What's the stupidest Spider-Man you could think of? Oh, let's turn him into a dinosaur. Yeah.
The dinosaur Spider-Man.
Winner.
Dinosaurs
Winner,
are hot.
chicken dinner.
Yep. Our SEG score will go up if we put him on crutches. Yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
the kids
no,
love
but-
dinosaurs. Exactly. Yep.
But I sincerely think that all those meetings are taken like with this tone of voice, like, well, we've been doing research, and what we found out is that dinosaurs are the best. I think we should focus Spider-Man as a dinosaur. What
That's
about White Dinosaur on a wheelchair?
Beyond your own.
Yeah.
They're all.
That's actually
narcissists.
exact.
That's too true. Yep.
But that's exactly what they've said too. Is like there's creators that have come out and spoken out on the side of anonymous, anonymously, and they have flat out said that the reason why X, Y, and Z decision was made was because of the marketing department. Like Mando is a prime example of that. The reason why Baby Grogu has been kept around for so long was to sell toys. Because he sold a shit ton of toys, and that's the only thing that was the only thing that's selling in Star Wars toys right now.
Didn't DC actually do a whole dinosaur Justice League thing?
Yeah, they did.
Right.
And it's funny if you do it as a one-off, like, okay, you guys had your fun, you did a silly little one-off that doesn't matter. But like when it comes to like the Spider-Verse and stuff like that, they want these characters to matter.
Yeah.
They want them to replace the original, even though it's failing miserably and always has.
Yep.
But that's their entire goal, Common Nerd, is to have them replace Peter Parker because they're afraid the Ditko estate's lawsuit's going to hold up. They're suing for rights for Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. So you're bound to see some crazy Doctor Strange crap come up here. They've already
they turned into a woman, right?
Yeah,
it's coming up.
Yeah, from your lips to God ears.
This is the only toy you need. That's the only toy you need.
There you go. The hatch.
There you go. Hatch.
Look at that.
Oh,
how much is that? Like 10K?
That's awesome.
That's like handmade.
Yeah.
Clay. To look at, dude,
Look at
the texture. Can you make that?
That
big?
actually looks really cool. That's so
Rabbit Hole says, "I hope they get raises." Yeah. Hold that up again, Glenn. I'm blowing you up right now.
Yeah.
There he is.
Dude, but look at the texture on.
That's great.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome, man. Dude, how long it went to the kiln? Like I saw the video, but I forgot now. Like,
well, it goes in twice. It goes to what's called a biscuit firing first, and then it gets oxidants or something, oxidized or something. I didn't do it.
Yeah,
whatever it is, and then
yeah.
it goes in again. So it goes in for it takes it a while. It takes the kiln about a day to get to the 2,000 degrees, and then another day to cool down. So that's 3 days. It's because you're leaving there, and then when you put the oxidize on, he goes in again. So it takes a week just to cook him. But you can purchase this. If you purchase this, I'll deliver it to your home.
Yeah. How many of those? How much time you make to go like industrial production on that?
I don't know about that, but this is unique. This is the only one in the entire universe. So,
what about the multiverse?
The multiverse.
I don't accept that sort of rubbish. I just live in this one.
Good job, good man. That was a test.
I'm not saying
keep
it's not
the hole we're in. Yeah,
I don't know about it. So there you go.
Chris says that she did a great job with it.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
maybe that'd be a good segue for your trailer.
Yeah. Let's take a look at that if we can. Go ahead, Glenn.
I was going to say that there's a trailer on this page further down where she takes it out of the kiln, and you can see it.
Let's see if this
is
being
unveiled. No.
Oh, farther down,
right down to the bottom.
Right there. Penciling the
right
hatch.
down to the bottom.
Inking
right
the
down
hatch.
to the bottom. Keep going.
Down to the bottom.
So you see him on the right. You'll see the model on the right, and then it's keep going. Keep going. No,
unveiling.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's that one. Yeah, that one. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Back. No, back. Sorry, my mistake.
Back up. Right there. Right.
That
unveiling
one,
the ceramic hatch.
Yeah.
That's the one. Let's see if it goes through.
This is the short version of it.
It's happening. Very nicely done.
It's great, isn't it?
It looks really cool.
There's a longer version further down. There's the one I was thinking about, but that's about 5 minutes long, so you don't want to show him that. But that's just a quickly edited one. But yeah, it's a fantastic piece of work. I'm really proud of it, and Helen is too.
So Hatch, I know nothing about your comic. What's all this about, if you don't mind me asking?
No. He's a little guy. He's on his own on an asteroid, and all these strange things happen to him. He doesn't know anybody. He doesn't speak, but all these really weird things happen. Pyramids appear and all kinds of stuff. He's got an Apollo suit on there. He does all weird things. It's just a comedy, really. But it's this particular book here, this annotated, is the origin of him. It's me telling you how he came to be with artwork in it. This isn't the actual comic. The actual comic is coming out in a couple of weeks on New Haven Publishing, and that'll be on Amazon and in Barnes and Noble and all this kind of thing.
Oh,
hell yeah, that's awesome.
And that is that.
Glorious.
That's what's up. And and I've got here.
Hang on. Got to blow you up there. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. There he goes.
That's the book that's coming out.
There we are.
So he goes in the pyramid, and as you can see, it's all him on the walls.
Oh, that's great.
Right? And that cover, there's the original artwork for the cover.
Hell yeah.
That's great.
All hand painted.
That's beautiful.
Hand lettered.
So based on the...
Do you do
based on the...
Sorry, go ahead.
You got to
do the lead. Oh, I was just going to say, so based on the artwork, what age range do you think this book is for?
Well, the publisher has got it down for kids, but I think it's for everybody. It's,
a good story is for everybody, but that's what I was wondering. I got a fifth kid on the way, so I'm always asking questions about new independent stuff that's for kids. So
you beat me by one. You beat me by one.
Get this one.
Well, we're hoping to go for more.
You win.
Oh, cool.
You know, it's just a comedy. It's just funny. I think it's funny. Things happen to him. It's just strange things happen. But he's on his own, you see, so he doesn't understand what's going on, and it's just funny. But
you see what I mean? Like the element of like a 70s animated film. Like I just feel that pedigree just taking me there.
Well,
I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean this as a compliment, man.
Yes.
I love it.
Oh,
Look at
I
that.
love it.
ow.
That's fun.
But I think it's about 42 pages. This issue. This is the second book. You can get the first book on the campaign, and as I said, this is going to be published in a few weeks on Amazon and Barnes and Noble from New Haven Press. You can get it from.
But the first book's an add-on on your annotated book, right?
Yes. You can get a PDF or you can get a physical copy from me. That's the first one.
There you go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, so then there's lots of artwork on there you can get, all kinds of stuff.
Ronan says, I love the music Glenn chose for his videos. It's so tranquil and just matches. You really feel the story. I want to listen to it when I read the book.
It's a copyright-free thing. It's by a guy called Ilya Kuznetsov, some Russian composer guy.
With a name like that, he better be, yeah.
So that's
Russian,
why.
you mean? Yeah.
You can't get more Russian than that.
No. But it's
Red
good.
Dress says, fifth kid, nerds like rabbits nowadays.
Hey man, so I got a theory, right? Because the other side either doesn't have kids or they do bet, right? So all we got to do is just keep having kids, right? That's all we got to do. We'll beat them by sheer numbers. Because
exactly right.
Within a generation, their ideology will be so minuscule, it'll be back to laughing at all the weird kids on Tumblr.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's already where it's at. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
It's getting pretty close. It's
Just
getting
sit
pretty
there,
close.
point and laugh at Tumblr and X.
Haven't you seen like videos
Well,
of
no, all a
space
mess.
kids?
I meant for them not having any kind of actual influence anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
is what
yeah.
I meant.
That's Emperor's New Clothes stuff.
We're
We
doing
just
our
have
part.
to be that kid constantly pointing and going, "No, he's naked. He's really naked." And
that's
that
You
flip
guys
in
aren't-
there, that's naked. He's naked.
You folks
Okay,
aren't
we're
seeing
doing-
the terrifying part here of the out of this whole scenario. They may be going away, but you're forgetting the one factor. Something else is coming.
Mm.
We don't know what it is yet, but it will be just.
Oh no, there's always something horrible.
But it will
Well, but
be
that's
just as
why-
bad.
That's where we are duty bound by God to be watchers on the wall, right? It's our job to pay attention to this stuff and keep an eye on it and make sure this kind of infestation doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Because this kind of
right.
infestation has happened. It goes all the way back to basically Genesis, right? You can go back to the beginning of time, written human knowledge. This has always happened. Every civilization has had to fight this problem, has had to deal with it infecting their society, because guess what? People are selfish. People are assholes. We want to be lazy. We want the easy way out, right? That's just the way it goes. But sometimes
There's also a certain
ahead.
percentage of the population, like we were discussing earlier, that's just nuts.
Oh, yeah, right. There is that true too, right? But that's why you have to have the people that are the watchers on the wall to keep an eye on for all of that. But when somebody else starts doing it, when you start taking that job and leaving it up to somebody else, then when you start to lose control, it's like, holy crap, how did we get here? Well, because you gave up your responsibility to somebody else. You let somebody else do your watcher job. And now look at the mess we're in. So now that we have the remnant was left, the remnant has been speaking, and the remnant has awakened so many others to what is going on, that now it's turned into a flood that's going to end up by a tsunami of voices between what the Iron Age is doing, what all the independent media out there is doing. Like, they can't stop us. Like when I saw Eric July's book go over like 1.5 million within the first 24 hours, I was like, it's over. We've already won.
Yep.
We just have to keep the pedal to the metal and make sure we clean out all of the rot going forward. But we've got all the momentum. The wind's at our backs.
Yeah,
Was it
and
that
this
says
is, like,
that tyranny
what really-
tyranny thrives when good people say nothing.
Yeah, but what's really like making me happy about this whole situation is that they're losing their grip on education. Because
Well,
that's
they're
the thing.
losing
Like
their grip on reality.
we don't
too.
have the kids, but we get to educate them, and they're losing the grip on that too.
But you've got
that
to remember.
me, it's just like, yeah.
One of the most important thing I think people miss is that you've got to remember. You have to remember this: the other guy thinks he's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So we, you know what I'm saying. We think these people are wrong. Well, he thinks we're wrong.
I mean,
so the same.
Alaric thought he was right when he burned Rome. So
Yeah.
that's
Hitler thought he was right too.
Yeah, Attila thought so too, and so did Genghis Khan. Like, it's the fact that I'm not gonna get here like truth is subjective, but dude, you will pick a side and you will fight for your side. I respect that. But dude, if you're in the wrong, if your ideas go against nature and you're doing harm to humanity, because I'm not gonna be like, no, we're gonna populate the earth. Like, dude, the earth will be fine if we disappear.
Yeah,
we're not that important. No,
Well,
not that important.
There's a big rock heading our way soon, and we'll all be disappearing. So
yeah, exactly. That's
Man, I've been hearing that for 30 years. That rock still ain't showed up.
That rock's been coming since the 70s.
Yeah, see,
and
Since the last 10,000 years, yeah.
But it wasn't
It's a big exoplanet heading this way.
Yeah, bring it on.
Exactly.
But it wasn't real socialism. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. It wasn't real socialism.
The way things are, we're gonna need the Anunnaki to disappear or something like
reappear.
otherworldly.
We've
for
already
us to
found
go
it.
Now,
away.
man, look, we just got to have enough kids and keep Elon safe for long enough to get us jump started to Mars, and we're gonna be good after that. We'll just be able to escape all the nonsense, and it's gonna be Firefly, and
it'll just start again if we go to Mars, because the first people there are the people who are doing it.
It's really funny,
Right.
because
And then we stay here.
we
So
originally
laugh-
came from Mars to here. Now you think we're going to go
that's
back?
right.
Going back, right?
Yeah.
So one of the funny parts about that is one of the things that we talked about. One of the things we always talk about is how we've repeated the cycle of history so often. One of the things that has changed in the modern era. Now you can talk about lost history and what happened in civilizations past, gone that we don't know about. But either way, looking at it from the perspective of what we do know, right? We live in a technological age right now that no one has an excuse anymore to not know or to plead ignorance.
Right.
You literally, in the palm of your hand, have access to the unlimited sum of human information, and we are more literate now as a world than we have ever been. And if we can keep these
not true.
lessons,
That's not
if
true.
Hal agrees.
We have the ability to more
Okay, no.
literate now.
Wait. I said no. Being literate means they can read and understand what they are reading. That's all literate means.
Yeah, exactly.
Again.
Okay. Either way, I'm not going to argue semantics. My
I hear
point
you.
is,
I know.
My point is the fact that now we can establish these lessons. We can re-show the video, the actual images of what happened on these historic events.
Yeah.
And go, this is why we don't go down this path. This is why when people bring up these ideas, this is where these ideas end. And you can literally do it with the phone in your pocket. So there won't be excuses going forward from all of the things we've known, because we should know all of it, especially unless we end up nuking ourselves and then we'll go back to square one.
There's a saying, isn't there? You can take the horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Right.
When all they're using their phone for is Huffington Post.
People don't give a toss. All they're bothered about is their coffee and their McDonald's burger and the next Superman film. They don't care. People don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care unless it happens to them.
But that's why it's
and to top that all off, you have idiots walking around there trying to tell people science that's 50 to 100 years old. That there have been huge advances made since then. If you were just to keep up with the papers and stop listening to the idiots out there trying to make themselves rich and actually bother to research this stuff, you'd learn that all of this, the majority of the stuff they're even talking about is all science based back in the 50s, 40s, and 30s. And instead of the modern, instead of catching up to stuff, it's irritating when you sit here and you listen to the media out there and you're like going, that's not how that works. Hottest summer on record. No, that's not how that works.
Yeah,
that's not there at all. Climate change. That's not there at all. You need to go through and actually read and look at what this stuff is. And the majority of the populace out there are trained not to do that. Just follow follow the and lead. Somebody stands up on Twitter and says, I'm an authority, and they automatically believe them. It's crazy.
Well, but that's why it's so important that those of us that are aware, why we are duty bound to say something, to speak out, to make our voices heard. Because if we don't, we will lose everything.
Yeah, but listen to listen. I agree with you, but look, just turn back an hour. Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They
John F.
can't
John F.
all of
Kennedy.
us
What
out.
happened there?
No, nobody listened to them people.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
look what
I don't
happened
know,
to
dude. Like right now, a lot of people who are like good persons are just rehashing eugenics.
Yep.
And the ideas
Yep.
of a bum.
Yep.
Because that's what Karl Marx was. He was a bum. He lived off of Engels. You can see the letters where he's like, "Hey, you have to send me money. I'm starving here." He was a bum.
No, they're depending on people not to know their history.
Yeah, dude.
And they don't.
Don't bother looking back. You need to just believe me because this is how it is. It's
Dude,
not the
he
way that
never
works.
worked a day in his life.
Yeah.
And we're
Well, they
following
don't
the
even teach
ideas of
history in
that, dude.
schools anymore. You ever seen those YouTube videos that just pull someone off the street? It's a young college kid,
Oh,
and they're
man.
like,
Oh yeah, they don't
name
even know where
3,
America is.
whatever.
Oh, no.
And it's a freaking nightmare
Mhm.
every single
embarrassing.
time to watch it.
It's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Anyway, folks, Hatch over on GoFundMe. Excuse
Go
me.
fuck me.
Fund my comic. FundMyComic.com.
Yeah, go back here. You'll have a good
Go
laugh.
F something.
Yeah, go look for it and go find me. Yeah, do that.
FundMyComic.com. Go look at Hatch annotated.
Yeah.
It looks
No, it's
great,
here.
dude. That's fucking.
Thank you, Russ. Thank you, Russ. Yeah, I felt the thing going down with the whole topic of the marketplace of ideas. So, okay,
Russ
am
says,
not-
yeah, talk some comics.
yeah.
Yeah.
Talk some
Let's talk some
comics.
comics.
Stay positive.
I'm-
Stay
I'm
upbeat.
very
I
upbeat.
learned something about comics today that I didn't need to know at all from the
God.
comic shop news this week.
I'm sorry.
Comic
That's a
shop news
thing?
this week had a thing. Yeah, believe it or not, I actually got one. Remember the orb?
Hang on. There
Everybody
you are.
remembers the orb.
Yeah.
No.
So
Ghost
Is it
Rider
an
villain.
animated show?
Ghost Rider villain, the orb from the 70s.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, he was born with that. It's not a helmet. I always thought it was a helmet. He was born with a giant eye for a head,
Oh, dude.
raised in a freak show, and according to the Marvel database, stayed a virgin until he was 37.
Yeah, that will
How
make you a
wonderful.
villain.
We need to know that about the orb. I guess.
That will make you a villain. All that pent up energy. Yeah,
Where are the coconuts?
Yeah. If you,
Yeah, there you go. Rabbit
he wouldn't
hole,
have turned evil.
exactly.
the orb.
He would not have turned evil.
Yeah.
All the coconuts are down in Panama, and he's in New York.
Yeah, exactly. I'm hugging all the coconuts. I'm
How does he?
a villain creator.
John says, well, this was family friendly. LOL.
Yeah.
I'm really curious. I'm kind of really not curious, but at the same time, I'm very curious. The orb, if his head's a giant eye, how does he eat?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm curious about that myself.
Why is it called the orb? Why is it not called the eye?
I always thought it was a helmet. Like it was a weird helmet.
That would have been way better than being just like an ocular globe. Like, where's the nervous stem behind it?
Yeah.
Like, just,
Hit him there. You're fine.
yeah.
Piece of dust. Ah.
Just
Yeah.
poke him.
Ah.
Just poke him. Poke him.
Yeah. One poke him.
There's
you
no
won.
eyelid there. What's he gonna do?
Yeah,
Ghost
exactly.
Rider. Come on. It's not much of a
Yeah.
challenge there, dude.
Does it at least have like an eye beam power, or he just kind of just hangs out as a
Mhm.
I don't know if he shot a beam out of his eye or not. I don't remember. I just remember him as being.
I want to say he
One
did.
big
Yeah, dude,
eyeball for a head.
that's a
Just remember
great
me.
question, Russ. Like, who had sex with him at 37? If he hit a giant, like, I want to see the comic book on that lady, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
It's probably a
I
coconut.
understand the wall and everything after
Probably a
like, they're
coconut.
useless.
Yeah.
But dude, you go like, I'm going for the eye head. Like, you're at the bar having like an IPA or some like
Hey, that one's
booty or
good. Eye.
decent beer, and you're like, I'm going for the guy with the eye, lady. It's like, no, Janet, you can't. You're always doing this.
Get that up, Whiskey.
Yeah.
Flood it again.
Flood it again.
Yeah. Seriously.
Somebody's gonna be into it,
Flood it
man.
again.
It's
Yeah,
current era.
exactly. Mhm.
Hey, I'm just saying it
Someone's
gets
into
much,
the
it gets much,
giant eye.
it gets much further, and someone's gonna have to start apologizing to Sodom and Gomorrah, man.
Yeah, exactly. So Sodom and Gomorrah is going to be looking at judging us like, oh, could you?
Like, and you flooded us?
Wow.
Look at these guys.
I mean, we got turned to glass with what seems like an atomic bomb in the Bible, but dude,
Yeah,
Beauty is in the
There was
eye
a
of the beer
salt.
holder. Yeah, I
there
guess.
you go.
the beer holder. There you go.
And literally the eye of the bird.
Oh, the coconut.
A woman with a coconut as a head. Yeah.
Oh, Russ, you'll be amazed at what I've seen, sir.
That was an old Defenders
This is
villain. So only
this is
was
the perfect time for this.
Crystal Ball. Yeah.
Ooh,
Pedro could give the speech that they gave in Blade Runner, but
yeah.
the things I've seen.
Things I've
Things
seen.
I've seen.
Universe. Yeah.
Soy burgers are almost ready. Will you please put my
Oh,
coloring book on the
dude.
dinner table? Yeah.
Oh,
right.
man.
And
Sorry,
and with
I
that
just had-
note, we want to thank everybody for watching Nerd Bacon today. This crazy show.
Yeah, dude. We need Luke here.
We're
need
closing out on the
this is
2-hour
like a-
mark. I think that's a good time to call it, just so
Hard cut to Luke going,
StreamYard
my
can-
God, what have I done?
can
Yeah,
can
dude.
chill out a little bit. So
Yeah.
Pedro, tell
We're-
people how they can
Improve the
find you.
show.
Oh yeah, you can find me on X at Anguilla, and please join the mailing list for waifus and kaijus. We're coming up on 100 signups. It's mechas, giant kaijus, and hot chicks. No coconuts. There's no coconuts in
Promise.
this story.
No
Come
fishmongers.
on.
No fishmongers. No. I'm saving that for another thing, like my
I'm not
biography in comic book form. That's later. But
Okay.
waifus and kaijus, guys, we're going on the mailing list. Go join it. It's going to be 130 pages of pure mecha action. If you like the shows from the 80s, like giant super mecha, that the science doesn't really make that much sense, but they're fun. This is your book.
Awesome.
Excellent. Comic Nerd, tell folks how they can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, all the Common Nerd 1791. Sometimes you got to type it in, but most of the time it pops up as just Common Nerd. I actually have another live stream here in about an hour at 11 a.m. So if you guys want to come over and check that out, that'd be a lot of fun. Love to see some new faces over there. We do that. I do that every month. Every weekday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tonight, Thursday night. Actually, I don't think I'm modding for anybody Thursday night tonight because of some suspensions on shows, but that'll change. I put out pop culture and nerd news content all the time, constant, never ending. I cover comic books. I cover all the movies. I cover all the kind of crazy nonsense that's going out there with Hollywood and everything else. So I'm kind of a jack of all trades when it comes to this stuff, which thus Common Nerd. Yeah, I got a Saturday night. Friday night. We've got Comic Shop Talk with 32 flavors of Nick Weiser. I don't know what comic we'll be going over, but it'll be something classic and something really good. It won't be any of the new nonsense. You guys will love it and have a good time. Saturday night, I've got Vets Talk, which is a big group of us veterans that all get together and talk about all the crazy pop culture nonsense and talk about Tom McDonald a lot because that's what Adam likes. And that's great because it's good stuff. Sunday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. I've got a Bible study. We're going through Numbers right now. It's pretty much just a straight, we read from the book and kind of talk about it a little bit in the chat. And that's pretty much it. It's not a preachy thing. It's not a sermon thing. It's more educational. And then, then back to Monday, same routine, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday stream, morning prep. So yeah, thanks for having me. This was a blast. I got up really early for this, but man, this was a great conversation. I loved meeting all you guys. This was awesome. So
Awesome.
Meeting you too.
Thanks for
having
putting
me.
up with us.
Likewise,
So,
man.
Oh, thanks for putting up with me. I was like, oh wait, this was supposed to be a family friendly show. My bad.
It was a good
Right,
switch
yeah.
of the tracks, dude. I enjoyed it. I gotta confess a couple of stuff I shouldn't have.
Especially about the
I have that
coconut.
effect.
Yeah. Iron Age guy, tell folks how they can find you.
So I'm Iron Age guy or Philbo Baggins on X or
Philbo.
Twitter X, whatever. Right now, that's pretty much the only place you could find me because I'm still YouTube channel-less. But I'm getting ready to take that leap. So maybe I'll get to see some of you guys on my channel sometime.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
And I hope. And but other than that, I will be bringing you with Luke Stone Iron Age distribution. Distributing these great comics we've been talking about and bringing them to retail across this great nation of ours, and hoping to put cool books back in the stores and wherever else I can get them. So that's a work in progress right now.
Good, good. Whiskey, tell folks how they can find you.
Sure, you can find me on the old X there, Bandit Ricochet. I do 3D models and action figures, miniatures, all that kind of stuff. And I'm working on my own comic book here, which lost the link. Wait, no, there it is. Success. Driftwood, which is set in the same universe as a tabletop miniatures game that I'm developing for several years. And got Renzo Rodriguez on the art. I'm on the story. There's some 3D references and stuff we did for the piece. And yeah, it's coming along, and that'll probably be out next year sometime around Halloween. But once again, find me on X, Bandit Ricochet, if you need an action figure, miniature, 3D model, any of that kind of stuff. I'll get you hooked up.
That's awesome, dude. Wow.
Thank you.
Cool. And as soon as that steps down here. There we go. Glenn, tell us how they can find you.
You can find me on Randy's show, which he'll tell you about in a minute, I would imagine, on tomorrow morning and Sunday. You can also, if you go to Google, put my name in, you'll find all my stuff, but mainly it's on Amazon. I've got about 12 books published on there with several magazines. One of them is Comics Unlimited, which is a 100-page magazine. It's number 13 is out now. You can see me on Fund My Comic, where my character Hatch annotated book is just started. And on Amazon and New Haven Press, you can get my Jack Kirby book. When I went to see Jack Kirby a couple of times, I interviewed him. He's in there. You can get that, and you can. I'm all over the place. Just put my name in Google, and you'll find something. But go to Fund My Comic and do that. Have a look at Hatch.
And should we watch your trailer for?
Yeah,
for
why
Hatch?
not? Yeah, yes, let's watch it. Yeah, good. Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
Pedro's favorite.
Hang on, before we start there, Luke in the chat, don't forget the topic.
Yeah, of the stream.
Show.
We have one.
Hatch is not
It totally just
And
far from it. Hatch lives on a remote asteroid
totally just
far
destroyed
out
the stream.
in space and has no knowledge of anywhere else. His day compounds bewilderment with
There we
disbelief
are.
as his life unfolds before him. A life he marvels at, embraces, and is ultimately frustrated by, albeit in a comedic way. This 100-page, full-colour, annotated edition of Hatch not only boasts an in-depth interview with creator Glenn B. Fleming as he takes us through the evolution of this lovable character, but also presents previously unseen original artwork from the Hatch archive. All this, along with the creator's annotation and anecdotes, make this book a must for the connoisseur of sequential art.
Sweet.
Can I just say, if you go to the website, it'll play better than that.
Yeah,
it was a bit.
It was a bit choppy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also have to comment though, like
choppy
art is amazing on that
StreamYard.
Glenn. Like the art in that Glenn is just fantastic.
Thank you.
But like the whole thing is amazing. I've seen it a couple times now, but the whole thing's amazing. But the tone of today's thing and then that, like, it's just they're two opposite worlds. Just,
no wonder he's on his
crazy
own.
show going there.
Yeah, no wonder he's on his own. Doesn't seek anybody out.
It's just absolutely fantastic.
Rabbit hole
shows,
says Pedro. I've
like,
seen
the roller
things.
coaster today, and then you have this comment.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I wish I had them,
Back
but
him
I
on.
have.
Woke Breaker in the
That's
house. Thanks for watching us.
Luke did say something in the chat.
I missed it. What did he say?
He said,
Which part?
didn't want us to forget the topic of the stream.
Yeah.
Very important.
Topic of the stream: magnetic fans drawing in a right crowd for your brand. Whoa, there you go.
Yeah,
We drawn in the
nailed it.
great right crowd for our brand today. Yes,
we nailed
Sorry,
it.
I think we accomplished our mission. Yeah.
Nailed it.
we might have to cover that in more detail next week. So hopefully,
Not
StreamYard
only-
will be better.
Not
and
only with the
I'm
nail
sure
it,
the
it was
show
like
will be a
bag of
lot
shells.
more coordinated.
Yeah.
So
It was just bag of shells. It came easy and with justice fast. Just we're awesome. See,
What a
Robin
team.
knows.
What a team.
Yeah.
That reminds me.
Folks, I've been trying to be your coordinator for this episode. I'm Randy Zimmerman. You can find me over at fundmycomic.com, not at any of the other platforms. Yeah, wherever. You can find me over there for take a look at Out of Obscurity, the anthology. Oh, wait a minute. And there's this also that we're working on. I've adapted a little story with Russ. Oh, not that. Come on. There it is. Coordination at work again, folks. Thank you so much. Appreciate your patience with us and with stupid streams. The dream team, absolutely.
Yeah,
we've all seen this movie, right? Like, it's not too obscure.
No, never seen it.
Yeah, I've seen
definitely obscure though. Here we go. Let me pull this up.
What was it Bob Geldof said on Live Aid? If you're gonna F it up in front of the world or something.
Yeah.
There we are. Yes. Absolutely.
Can we shoot this horse? I think it's fucking flat.
That's why I think we're getting out of here earlier than usual.
We'll shoot the horse, but what shall we do with the coconut?
Yeah, exactly.
Russ is working on the artwork right now as we adapt the Shadow Kingdom.
Oh,
a classic Robert E. Howard story.
Oh, dude, look at that.
Hopefully we'll be showing you a lot more of in the very near future. It's got barbarians, it's got ghosts, it's got lizard people.
Excellent.
Everything that you need. There's the latest penciled page from that work. If you go over right now to arrowcomics.store, you can take a look at some of the other things that I've done. Stop that screen.
The things that you're proud of.
None. The stuff I'm proud of. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
No
a lot of odd books up there, like Calico of Shard, which is a fantasy title. Herobot Zero, which is a favorite of mine. It's a 3-foot tall giant robot that fights large monsters, defends his city from crime, as long as he can do it on the clock and get time and a half for hazard pay.
That's fair.
There's also Revolt over there, which is an anthology. I've got a few stories in. There's a Hatch story in the first issue. Herobot Zero actually has 2 issues up there, and Paragon, which is a superhero story I wrote with artwork by J.R. Harris. That's my version, pretty much my version of Superman with a great modern twist to it that I hope everybody gets to read and enjoy. So that's over at arrowcomics.store right now. If you go over to fundmycomic.com right now, look for the Out of Obscurity anthology. That's a collection of great talented folks that have worked on a bunch of public domain heroes, a collection of great self-contained short stories, all narrated or hosted by a little cartoon monkey of mine named Spank. So I've been working on the artwork for that this week. Plus, there'll be another story in there by myself that now that we've reached our funding goal, that will be in there as well. That'll feature the Golden Age Daredevil and the Silver Streak. That's over at fundmycomic.com. So go over there and take a look. And take a look at the other great products that you're going to find over there at Fund My Comics. There's a lot of great campaigns over there now, all available. Red Dress says Spank and Snatch. Nope, no Snatch over there.
No Snatch, but
not yet. But I am working on a history of comics using the Spank and his brain dead cousin Shock, along with a little dolphin named Flog and a drooling donkey and a chicken named Choke. So yeah, that may be out eventually. I'm like 40 pages in. I need to get back into it. I've been drawing for the Out of Obscurity volume all week, and I'm just loving drawing cartoon monkeys all day.
That's awesome.
It's been a blast. Comic book black belt, and actually Russ Leach, Glenn, and myself will be tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. We do Comics by Night over at the Indie Comics Network, and where we look at great classic sequential art and kind of dissect it in the midst of conversation, very much like what we've been having that wanders all over the place. This week, we will be looking at the Judas Coin by Walt Simonson. And if you haven't seen that book, That's an amazing book. Showcases Walt Simonson's the wide range of Walt Simonson's abilities. Can't wait to show it to you. It's a great, great title, and it's a real fun book. That, by the way, I ended up buying at Ollie's for a whopping $5.99.
Wow!
Hell yeah!
Oh.
So, absolutely great. One of the best purchases I got from there. Plus, Sunday morning we do the Sunday Funnies, where we talk about things that really inspire us to keep doing the work that we do. This week we're looking at the last half of the Great Comic Book Heroes book by Jules Pfeiffer, which was out in '65. That has a collection of some stories of some characters that really inspired him when he was younger. Plus, we'll probably be taking a little closer look at Wonder Woman as well. Hopefully Jodie McPhee will be there, who's really not, well, I guess you would call him an authority on female superheroes. He's that's really his niche, and we'll talk more about Wonder Woman then. That's Sunday Funnies, 9 a.m. over at the Indie Comics Network as well. I think that's everything.
Yeah.
So a lot more coming. Pay attention. Keep looking at fundmycomic.com. If I say that often enough, maybe I won't mention the other platforms. And fundmycomic.com. Take a look over there. Is it Rabbit Hole? It says Walt Simonson, the less talented Simonson Whisky is badass. Well, everybody has their opinions, but we spent three or so weeks looking over his artisan edition of Manhunter, and it was a blast. Just fantastic stuff. I'm not saying that Wheezy isn't talented. She's very, very talented. She's a great writer. Wait, I've been saying Walt's last name wrong the whole time? Dang it. Well, I'll try to pronounce Sienkiewicz sometime. There we are.
Try to spell it.
Try to spell it. Yep.
Say Sienkiewicz.
Anyway, folks, we hope you've had fun. We've tried to keep this mess together. And in Luke's absence, Luke will be back next week with a full report on this great adventure that he has this weekend, going to the convention. And
I think we're in trouble.
Why are we in trouble?
We're all going to be called to his office.
Luke is going to let us have it.
Well,
he comes back.
Don't be surprised if none of us are on next week.
My work here is done.
I'm the new guy.
Our work here is done. We'll just blame StreamYard and my lack of competency. Okay. That's all.
Okay.
I don't think you're in trouble other than your coconuts. So,
dude,
just remember.
Are awesome.
Just remember that.
If this video kicks over, just remember.
I mean, are coconuts really
Boomer juice activate?
At least he's consistent.
Yeah, 100%.
This has actually been a great stream. I don't care what anybody says.
A train wreck. Thank you very much.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah.
We deeply appreciate everybody watching. I just watched our membership drop right through the floor. So, thank you so much. Take care, everybody. And if you have to ask why,
because fuck them. That's why.
Again, these videos are so slow now,
dude. Freaking Dave Chappelle, man.
The StreamYards is really.
Whoa, you're muted.
You're muted.
So,
it's going to be like
I was allowed to run that once.
Yeah,
it's going to be like the end of Police Squad, where it was.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like it starts getting hot, where everybody goes like. And we go to commercial. Yeah.
Yeah.
Run the end credits, and everybody's like, hey.
Anyway, folks, take good care. Have a great weekend. We'll see you soon. Don't forget Comics by Night, Friday morning, 5 a.m. Sunday Funnies, 9 a.m. We'll see you then. We'll see you back here next Thursday with a more coordinated Nerd Bacon. And, of course, everybody, we need to remind you to what?
Yeah.
Let's be careful. Let's be careful.
Out there. Let's be careful out there. We had a 187 at the 7-Eleven on the corner of 4th and Main. 2 Caucasians of the male persuasion put a bullet through the cashier's brain. Moving on, I see it 211. was 459. 2 AEWs a GTA and several miscellaneous fines. Homicide